Call us at Madison and Company Realty in Statesville to help you navigate the real estate market. 704-873-7700. Visit us online at MadisonandCompanyRealtyNC.com. Madison and Company Realty, we've got you covered.
Oh, shoot. Love you guys.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, LKN. 7:06. Happy FriYAY to you. We made it. Made it to the end of the week.
Let's go.
We're here. Falling apart, disheveled, but it's okay. We'll keep going.
Yeah, hot mess, but we're here.
That's it. I was telling Bill yesterday, we were standing in the not a single commode together, but we were in the bathroom at the same time.
I don't know how that works.
Okay. And I said, Bill, I think I'm getting older. I find myself now in the middle of the night having to get up and use the potty in the middle of the night. That's not a normal thing for me.
That's a new thing?
It's a fairly new, the past couple of weeks. Like the first day it happened to me, I was like, all right, it's just an abnormality.
Right.
There's nothing, nothing to I'm not going to say be concerned, but, hey, my lifestyle isn't changing on this one thing. But 2-3 weeks later, my lifestyle's changed.
It's new.
It's different.
New and bright future for you.
Between the hours of 1 a.m. and 3 a.m., where to find me.
It's about time for you to get wake up around 3 a.m. anyway.
Yeah, when you see the 3 at the
just get
front.
up and go.
It's usually what happens. You see the 3 at the front, and then you just keep going. Yeah. Last night, you had Ladies' Night.
Ladies' Night at Ben 110.
How'd it go?
Great. It was absolutely fantastic. Had a lot of ladies, and I don't know if I mentioned this before, but probably the number one question I get asked by people around DMs, whatever, whenever I'm out, how do you make friends as an adult? That's the number one question, right? Like, especially for people who move here from out of town. They don't know anybody. They moved here for work or just because Lake Norman's beautiful. And they come here and then they're like, but I'm an adult. And sometimes some people move here single. Some people move here as a couple. But yeah, they just want to make friends and they don't want to do it in like a weird bar environment. Just want to make platonic friends. And so it was a great environment. Lots of people came up just solo and like, hey, I'm a lady and I want to make some friends.
I'm a lady.
I just want to make some friends.
And I'm here for Ladies' Night.
And I think that was so brave and impressive though, that like as, just single people would come out. And so we made connections and we got to know each other. Had some great drinks.
How was the
LKN lady?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oof.
Fantastic.
Oof.
Oh, absolutely. Beautiful too.
Yeah.
Gorgeous drink. And then they had we had some, a couple people had the martini, just the regular, dirty gin martini with the blue cheese olives. Fantastic. The salted caramel espresso martini. They said that's their number one seller now.
Oh, really? The espresso martini?
The salted caramel espresso martini.
Salted caramel.
Maybe not number one, but it
espresso.
is making the rise. Like it is on its way. It is the one to watch for sure. And so, but yeah, it was just a really, really good time of just hanging out and getting to know people.
So that was your first event, like with the magazine.
Yes, that was our first magazine event.
So kind of putting together with meeting up in person, but whoa, it's a magazine. Like, how did that feel? How did that work?
Yeah, it's just some people didn't even know about the magazine. They just saw Ladies' Night. They saw Ladies' Night and they came on over. And so we had copies of the magazine for them to check out and look at. Some of the people had advertised in the magazine before, had read the magazine before. So it was just a really cool time of people coming through and meeting and getting to know each other. So.
All right, so you come off a super high last night of a great time, and then now we look to Sunday and we got the Carolina Panthers.
No, we're not looking at Sunday. We're just going to live in the moment.
You're rocking a Carolina Panthers t-shirt
I know.
today.
I had to, though. Okay, so I've got my Panthers t-shirt on because I'm getting ready this morning. And I did say at one point that Friday before home games will be Panther Fridays, and I'll wear my Panther gear. You guys can do whatever you want to do, but I'll do it. And I was still disappointed yesterday about their performance on Sunday. And this morning,
you're still reeling on it.
I'm still a little hurt. But I was like, you know what? If you say you're a fan, you're a fan, right? I can't be a fake fan. Got to be a real one.
No, you got to own it. You just live in misery and defeat for most of
so
your life.
I mean, I'm going to be sad anyway. Might be sad in a new cute shirt.
We can be sad together.
That's right. Solidarity. Bill's got his on too.
Yeah, it worked out well.
We're all working together, just supporting. This is our new support group. Like, put on your Panthers gear. When you see them out in the community, you go, I get it, man. It's tough. It's rough, but we're going to get through it.
You know which one we can bring back is the random selfie. That's what it is. You see someone with Panthers gear on, there ain't nothing random about it.
I feel like you should just like hug.
Forget the camera. Don't take a picture.
So sorry. I'm so sorry.
This is a moment of mourning.
Yeah, a moment of silence. Let's bow our heads.
We'll hang out today with Brad Roche. If you don't know Brad, he is a mortgage broker, has been doing this for quite some time, has seen a few cycles, and he'll be in about 7:30 to chit-chat. We'll see what's going on in the mortgage world. His show, For the Plan, airing now Fridays at 3 o'clock, so you're going to get a chance to hear that today if you haven't yet. Brad Roche, again, For the Plan is the name of the show. He's a mortgage broker, 20, 30 years experience. Maybe Jacob will be here too with him. I'm not sure if he's bringing Jacob or not. Brad will be here, but maybe Jacob will be here too. Yeah, I don't know. I know, Bill. I'm throwing you off here already. Fish of the week, because it's FriYAY.
It is
really
Friday.
A look at the lake, brought to you by Horn Heating and Air Conditioning, HORNEHVAC.com. Get that feeling of and keep it. Even though it's cool out and all that, you don't want to come home to a sticky house.
No.
With no air flowing, with nothing going, and you need to get that unit service, especially even if you're thinking about the winter upcoming and things
Yeah,
like
we're
that,
heading into
too.
fall, so you need to get that service
About to
done
be
too.
Christmas.
It's not, but we're heading into Q4.
Horn HVAC, HORNEHVAC.com. And again, Fish of the Week, always a good time. Joe Berg, WSIC Sports Director. We'll talk about Panthers. We're going to talk about other sports, things going on. Tua got knocked out last night. If you hadn't seen, spoiler, not good. Concussion
I
protocol.
didn't see it.
I would assume concussion. Am I just making that up, concussion?
No, you're not.
Okay, so that is
you're
a
on it.
factual situation that's happening. Okay, that's
Yes.
good. Patrick,
I'll have a question for Joe when he gets here too. I got a sports question.
you don't want to ask it to me?
I can ask it to you guys.
I
yeah.
can try to answer it.
Why
I can't
don't
guarantee.
you know the concussion hats that they wear? Like wear
Helmet?
over their
Like
helmet?
over their helmet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why don't they just wear those during the game?
That's a
'Cause
great
it's
question.
Doesn't look cool or what?
That would be the initial, I would say, pushback. Are they safer? They got to be, right?
Yeah, they wear
Because
them in
they wear 'em,
practice.
right?
Is
Right.
this
So
like
why
an
not?
extra pad? Like, is it?
Have you not
Yes.
seen it?
I always thought that those were just.
It's
to
like a
cover
turtle
'em.
shell.
I thought
like-
those were just to cover them up so they didn't scratch their helmets.
No. It's a concussion like protector
Oh,
that you can wear over your helmet. Why don't they just paint them to look like the helmet? I mean, they're
Right.
already wearing a big old helmet. What's wrong with putting a hat on it? I don't know. Just a question. It makes sense to
that's
me.
a fair question. I genuinely thought that I didn't know those were for concussions.
Well, it was a big deal about like some players were wearing them in practice, and I saw it on social media or news or somewhere that like that was a big deal that they were wearing them in practice, and I was like, why don't they just wear them in all the games?
Oh, I thought Tepper was just getting cheap and just said, "No, don't scratch the helmets. We're not buying new ones." Like I thought that's what was going on.
Put this toboggan on over
yeah,
it.
put. Where's your helmet cap?
Right.
Put your helmet cap on.
Right.
That's what I
It's like
thought
when you
it
don't pull the plastic off of your new TV,
Yeah.
you don't want the kids to put their handprints on it.
I still have it in the car on like the little AC knob. I
You
still
do?
have my little plastic. On.
plastic?
Yeah.
Don't touch it. I don't even.
Noah took one off. I lost it. Don't touch it. It's my toy.
I wonder if the players even have an option to put it on, like if they wanted to
During a game or during practice?
during a game.
During a game, yeah. I don't know why they can't wear it during the game.
I,
So maybe Joe Berg knows. I don't know. I thought maybe it's just a thought I had. Thought it makes sense.
Yeah,
but-
it's also. I think it also gets into the when you have more protection there.
too
you know,
much.
You might be more willing to throw your head in there,
Mm.
and that's kind of what gets everybody in trouble in the first place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of those guys will put their body like on the line.
I mean, it's
they will. That's what I mean. Like they
Second
will.
round, dude.
Yeah.
got to.
It's the first game of the season.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody else out there listening knows, let me know.
We'll find out. Maybe Joe knows.
Maybe
he
Tepper's
doesn't.
listening. Tepper, we'll just let them wear it. They're not going to win anyway.
Oh, no, they may win. They're
Maybe.
gonna win.
I'll be
no,
hopeful.
we're
Maybe
gonna
win.
win. We're
We are
gonna
gonna win.
Sorry, I just had a weak moment.
Yes.
It's going to be fine. It's going to be a great game.
Just
It's a
breathe.
safe space. Yeah, we're
Great
good.
game.
We got this.
'Kay.
We got this.
Do your breathing exercises. You have
Whew.
to practice.
It's rough.
To look at the streets is up next. That's maybe not rough. Maybe is rough. I don't know.
We'll have more Good Morning LKN coming up on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Well, carry along the rain gear on the way out the door this morning, but you might not need it that much. A mostly cloudy day, but the occasional shower from time to time is also possible. Just don't foresee it being that wet of a day. High temperatures in the mid and upper 70s. We'll fall back into the mid 60s, mostly cloudy overnight. Our Saturday, we'll keep some extra clouds around with a few peaks of sun here and there with an isolated shower possible, but also not that wet of a day. High temperatures in the upper 70s near 80. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
The app with Lake Norman deals. The WSIC app is out now, wherever you get your apps.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Langtree Live in Mooresville presents Fortune 5 in concert on Thursday, September 12th. Fortune 5 won the Battle of the Bands this past spring and now makes their debut on the Langtree stage. Event time is 6:30 p.m. with music powered by Waves Entertainment starting at 7. Grab your friends, family, and lawn chairs. Enjoy the shopping and dining options while at Langtree. Don't miss the music of Fortune 5 this Thursday at Langtree Live. This Friday is the next edition of the Piedmont Healthcare Friday After 5 concert series. Downtown Statesville offers free entertainment to residents, neighbors, and visitors. This week's concert features the Camel City Yacht Club, 5 musicians devoted to bringing the finest smooth rock of the 70s and 80s to you. Friday After 5 is held in downtown Statesville on West Broad Street in front of Mitchell Community College from 6 p.m. to 8:30. Beer, wine, soft drinks, and food will be available for purchase beginning at 5 p.m. Bring your chairs and enjoy a night of music this Friday in downtown Statesville. The WSIC gang is back at Micaiah's in Mooresville for Trivia Night Tuesday, September 17th. Grab your squad, form your team, or come play solo. And join WSIC on-air personalities as we gather for a fun game of trivia. We'll see you September 17th at Micaiah's in Mooresville. The NHRA returns to ZMAX Dragway September 20th through the 22nd for the Carolina Nationals. When the temperature cools down, the excitement heats up at the Bellagio of drag strips. Every ticket is a pit pass, giving fans unmatched access to the drivers and crews who power the NHRA's thunderous 11,000 horsepower machines to their limits. Visit CharlotteMotorspeedway.com for information, tickets, and details. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
Give us a call now at 844-STUDIO-4. It's Good Morning LKN on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, okay, and 7:18. Happy FriYAY to you. On Friday, you're getting ready for the weekend, but before you get to the weekend, you got to get out the door, go do what you got to do today.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on out there today? I don't know. We don't have any windows in here.
We'll find out.
Right, ICATS.com. Alternative transportation, $3 each day, each way to commute from Iredell County down to the city of Charlotte. Cruising in the HOV lane with Jeff. Good morning to you, sir. How are things looking?
Good morning, Justin, Mamie. There's no accidents to report at this time. There is some pockets of heavy congestion, 77 south and northbound, Statesville to Charlotte. But there's nothing that's causing any slowdowns as of yet. In Statesville, Mooresville, secondary roads, haven't heard of any issues this morning. So hope everybody has a great weekend, and looks like it's a good start to our Friday.
Not too shabby. You've got to have those patient pants, though. You never know when it can change, Jeff. Need some words of wisdom from you, though. Mames needs a little help here. Starting to feel bad about the Panthers already. Game's not till Sunday. Give us some words of encouragement, Jeff. We need them right now.
Well, your words of encouragement is at least you don't have Deshaun Watson as your quarterback.
Okay.
I'm a Browns fan. So,
Oh, okay. Well,
you know,
we'll cry together. It's all right, Jeff.
Yeah, so I can feel your pain.
Thanks, Jeff.
Hopefully, the Panthers will improve, but I'm afraid that maybe for Browns fans and Panther fans, it might be a little bit of a rough season. But you just gotta pray that there'll be some improvement.
So, Jeff, what I'm hearing you say is it could always be worse. I guess that's what we say.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that any offense to your Browns team, by the way. So, thanks, Jeff. We'll chat with you at 8:15.
All right. Have a great morning.
You too. RideICats.com. $1 from your front door to Hickory today. $1 to get back. That's a killer deal. $1 every day around town in Iredell County. That's not bad.
No.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird. The bird's a winner. Well, the bird is a winner.
It's time for the word of the day. What's the word?
Word of the day! I can't even fit this word on a page.
That is not a word. What?
Good morning, everyone. Today's word of the day on this beautiful Friday the 13th. Spooky.
Uh-oh. Watch out.
Spooky, spooky. Today's word. Oh, man. Where'd it go? All right.
Can you say it?
I could say it 5 seconds ago. Now I have to say it out loud. Agathococological. Agathococological.
I don't think so. No. That's not a word.
Agathococological.
We've got special guests, Brad and Jacob Roche in here as well.
Y'all
you want
picked
to
a
give
great
it a,
day, yeah.
have you heard this word before?
Oh, yeah. It's big in the mortgage business.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's a word you guys use daily, right?
This is confusion on your numbers is in the mortgage business is what it is.
Okay.
Acarocological, whatever he said. That's it. I get those
Amazing
calls
guess.
all day.
Amazing guess.
Unbelievable.
That's it.
It's like truth in lending, till. I got it all.
The agathococological nature of their discussions on Good Morning LKN, balancing the good with the bad, gave listeners a well-rounded perspective on current events.
Crusty.
Rates are going down. See, it's
That's
current
it.
rent. I know.
That's it. The definition was in there.
Crusty?
In the sentence?
In the sentence.
I'm
How
sorry.
about a different one?
Yes,
Justin
please.
and Mamie often explored the
Agathococological.
topics on Good Morning LKN, discussing both the uplifting and challenging aspects of life with equal insight.
The good and the bad
So
together.
for those following along at home, sorry, I usually spell this one out for
yeah.
everybody. We're
Let's
dealing
go.
with an adjective here. All right, adjective. Agathocological.
I got
Everybody
that
get
right.
that?
Yeah, I wrote it down.
Logical.
Agathocological.
I have no words.
I can't get past
It's a
just
simple
the word.
meaning. Yeah, it is a handful. The definition is, I just had it up. I do apologize.
I'm using it twice today, no matter what.
No matter what.
Just use it, whether you know what it means or not. It's going to make you sound like you know
I can
something.
use it, and you won't know what I mean,
Right.
and you won't even know if I said it right.
That's right.
It's
That's
good.
it.
I got this.
Definitely something to add to the vocabulary.
Indeed, yeah. Definitely work this into your everyday vocab. It basically means composed of both good and evil.
Okay.
It's like
That's
the
it.
Panthers.
Yeah.
Like a mortgage
You could
quote.
actually, it's one of those rare words where the word is longer than the definition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Good and evil.
Yes, composed of
We're
both
saving
good
you
and
money monthly, but we're going to charge you for it. See what I mean? It's
That's
common.
it.
It's common.
That's how it goes.
That's all I got.
Word of the day where Bill gives us a word and we guess the definition, but we don't guess.
You gonna try to say it?
You want me to try
I
to say
want
it?
you to say it. Say
Yeah.
it.
Agathocological.
I think
Wow, that was smooth.
That was smooth.
Yeah, you could definitely get away with that today using it.
Yeah, instead of good and evil, it usually just means give me more coffee. That's usually agathocological. That's what I just
That was
shout.
it right
Yeah,
there.
you say it with tone, it means
Yeah,
a lot
that's it.
more.
Right, exactly. Say it with your
inflection.
You
chest.
gotta have tone.
Joined right now this morning by Brad and Jacob Roche, hanging out with us, who have been on You've been on WSIC for years. Is
Yeah.
that right? I mean,
Yeah.
Can you give a little bit of the history? Because I didn't even really know that, right? I come in last year, and I hear all this about this Brad guy, Brad. I'm like, okay, Brad, let's talk to Brad. Well, Brad's been here forever. Tell us the history you've got with WSIC.
When we moved here, and I've always done seminars, right? So we were running some ads in the Mooresville Tribune to fill up a seminar at Charles Mack Center, and we decided let's run some AM radio commercials at that time. So we did it, and they're like, "This is good," and we filled the room. Had a great turnout, and figured, okay, well, this is good. And they said, well, do you want to do a show? I said, well, that's a lot longer than a minute. You know what I mean? Commercial, blah, blah, blah. You're done. Call us, 704, you know, you're done. And, okay. So they said, well, how about an hour? I said, how about a half? You started there. And then I got a good friend of mine, Warren Greenlee, good real estate agent here in town, about 7 years of doing that with him every morning. And we had a great show. It was a good time. COVID hit. Warren decided to fly planes, forget real estate somewhat. I don't know if he's doing real estate as much anymore. But now I got Jacob, and I'm back in the saddle, and it's been fun. We had a good time.
For the Plan is the name of the
Same
show.
name. ForThePlan.com, yeah.
Okay, and the show now being added to the weekday lineup. It had been here on the weekends now for a few months, so now in the weekday lineup as well. So Fridays at 3 o'clock, you're going to hear Brad and Jacob on the radio every single week here talking about the mortgage industry. Is that the main focus of the show? Is still mortgages?
And your money. You know, we got a call yesterday. You had been working with a client, and she called in and was listening to the show. We can call her Betty. She's buying a condotel. And condotel is a little bit different kind of property to purchase. And one of the things she said when she called, hey, I called you guys because you educate. Mm-hmm. And that's a big part of the show that we want to pass on. It's like, why would you want to borrow a few $100,000? Stupid, you know? I don't want a client to do that. And as we talk to her, you know, when you go with any kind of specialty loan, you end up paying a little bit more. Just, it's what it is. So a condotel where they got the front desk, you can get your room keys, kind of VRBO at lots of different things like that. It's almost like a mini hotel. Well, you're going to pay a little bit more for that. Great investment. However, she's got a great property here at the lake. She owes about $100,000, was it?
Yeah, 160 on
160. She's buying the condotel for
140.
140. So 160 she owes. She's buying a new one for 140. What's her house worth?
Was it 685?
Big. Bought it a few years ago,
This guy's
right?
tough. He makes you
Yeah,
have
I told him to be on the spot. We're
Don't ask
early
me.
today.
I'm not on this. I'm not playing this game.
This was his deal. So we looked at it and we're like, okay, well, now the bad part is she's got that. She's one of those, you know, half of America is at 2.75. She says, I got this 160,000 at 2.75.
Why would I touch it?
Well, and then I said, well, we got this condotel at about 7.5 for a couple grand extra fees too. Well, that's not that great in the market. We're hovering around 6% right now. If we take not even an equity line, get rid of her first, combine it with a first and second, fix it in at 6%, there's what's called a blended rate people don't really talk about much, 4.4. That's what she got on all the money. So from that standpoint, when you put it against the other product or maybe a HELOC and leaving that, it doesn't adjust and it shakes out great and it makes her sleep at night and is a great offer for her. And a lot less cost.
Jake, when you talk to people like this, when they call in and you hear about the questions they have now, is everybody in panic mode these days, or are people calm, or kind of what's the general sentiment across the market?
It seems like, I was even talking to my grandma yesterday, and she said, like, rates are coming down, but a lot of people are holding off to the Fed meeting. We've seen it a lot built in. So a lot of people are holding off, but then also we have a lot of people that are also closing up. So they're ready to drop their rate now because they already seen any cost built in, or rates coming down.
We've had a couple calls where we're saving them a couple $100 a month, $300 a month. Oh, I'll wait. Man, you got to question that, right? I know we're in a downward trend, but you ever play blackjack or cards? Man, take your money off the table. Yeah, but if you got any money on the table, take it.
Take it.
And look at the cost it costs you to get there. So if you're saving $300 a month, costs you $3,000 to get there, it's 10 months. Does that make sense on your gamble or your bet on your investment? And even if you don't quite hit that break even, I remember, I'll fast forward a little bit, when rates were around 3, I did it twice. And I've been in the business 30 years, meaning I had to go through it 2 times to get the best rate. You kind of have to flow with the market, managing the mortgage.
In 30 years, what's the highest rate you've seen in the market?
9.5. When I started, that was pretty normal. And it was, I thought it was easy to sell then. And now it's like, man, I tell you 9.5 now, you'd flip a lid, buddy. 9.5.
Sure.
That's where your old man got going. 9.5. Come over here and sign, you know?
Yeah.
In 30 years, too, you've seen cycles, the true cycle. I mean, 2008 was like mid-90s, right? Was a cycle, and now we're in a cycle, too. Is this the most unique cycle you've seen, or describe this one comparing to other cycles you've seen?
Well, 2008 was scarier. Right, because values were dropping. That was a lot of people's household net worth. You know, that's a huge hit. Even today, most people's net worth, a lot of it is held in their equity. And when that starts to drop down, that's scary, right? So are we in that now? Not even close. Where is it? It's people waiting to say, is this a good investment? Well, the houses are still going up. Now, we have put out some predictions that we've seen a lot of smart people do studies, and we've combined all 4 or 5 of them. They're saying all next year, rates are around 6%. That's what they say so far. Now, whether they're right or not, who knows, right? Crystal ball, hard to tell. But that's a better market than we're at. And they're also saying, hey, 5-something, everybody's getting in. Well, what happens if everybody gets in?
Speaking of education, I see a lot of marketing and things from builders and even brokers and other mortgage people about this points concept. Let's talk about the points concept a little bit when we come back, because like the buy down stuff and all that.
Yeah,
I don't know if that trend is still happening or not and all this other kind of things. But is it safe to say you can buy a house right now? It's not the end of the world right now as far as the market's not going to implode tomorrow. Is that fair?
I think you're foolish if you're waiting at this point. We've got case studies that say you've made $30,000. It's a lot of money in a year or two.
Stay where you are. There's more Good Morning LKN with Justin, Bill, and Mamie on the way from 105.9 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, carry along the rain gear on the way out the door this morning, but you might not need it that much. A mostly cloudy day, but the occasional shower from time to time is also possible. Just don't foresee it being that wet of a day. High temperatures in the mid and upper 70s. We'll fall back into the mid 60s, mostly cloudy overnight. Our Saturday, we'll keep some extra clouds around with a few peaks of sun here and there with an isolated shower possible, but also not that wet of a day. High temperatures in the upper 70s near 80. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
On the lot at Black Automotive. Look at these Buick Envistas. The all-new Buick Envistas are leasing for as low as $299 a month. Check with them here at Black Automotive for all the details. Black Automotive Statesville.
When you have problems with your heating system, you need SHA Mechanical. Serving the region since 1975, SHA will make sure your system always stays in the best condition. Visit SHA Mechanical online at shamechanical.com.
DrumLandscapeSupply.com. DrumLandscapeSupply.com. DrumLandscapeSupply.com.
Honey, what are you doing?
Oh, I figured if I rubbed my lawn and said drumlandscapesupply.com, I'd have the dream lawn I've always wanted.
Lowry Drug is a source for excellent pharmacy services. We have served the Statesville community since 1959. We have attentive customer service, a state-of-the-art compounding laboratory, and the Dispill medication packaging system that takes the work out of medication management for those using medication planners. We do it for you. Come see us at Lowry Drug in Statesville. Call 704-873-2247. Come see us.
Hi. This is Bob McIntosh with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Since 1997, we have been committed to providing our clients with competent, caring, and experienced legal services. Learn more at McIntoshLawFirm.com.
Are you in constant pain, under constant stress? Just need a moment away? Repeat after me. Serenity Now Massage Therapy. SerenityNowMassageAndWellness.com with locations in Mooresville and Cornelius.
This is Daniel.
And this is Marsha.
From NC Auto Repair. Keep that car running like new this new year by stopping by NC Auto Repair for all your automotive needs. We're now offering a customer loyalty program for your oil changes. If it's automotive related, we can handle it. Stop by and see us at 1015 Davie Avenue or call us at 980-223-2957. NC Auto Repair. And remember, if you want to go far, you've got to service that car.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Boeing shares are under pressure this morning. That's after machinist workers walked off the job in the first such strike across the planemaker's Seattle jet hub in 16 years. Factory workers overwhelmingly voted against a contract offer. Investors today are also eyeing a report on consumer sentiment. That'll come out after the opening bell. Bank of America strategists say the stock market's likely to trade sideways until U.S. employment data show clear signs of either weakening or strengthening. Shares of Adobe under pressure in early trading. The creative software maker posting a quarterly profit that topped estimates, but some investors appear disappointed over the company's outlook. And a new report shows household wealth hitting a record high in the second quarter. And that's thanks to rising real estate values and stock market gains. The Federal Reserve says households' net worth rose to nearly $164 trillion. Denise Pellegrini, Bloomberg Radio.
Now, back to more of Good Morning LKN with Justin, Bill, and Mamie on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, okay, and 7:34. Happy FriYAY to you. Whether you like it or not, the mortgage industry may be ecological. It could be.
I think that's a great word. Bill, you did a great job picking the word today.
Both the good, the bad, and the indifferent, and everything else that comes with the mortgage market. Brad Roche, Jacob Roche of For the Plan airs every Friday, now 3 p.m. here on WSIC. Brad's been in the mortgage game for over 30 years. And I'm curious because we started talking about like the cycle and the normal and the differences. We were joking, so 8% interest rates?
Yeah, so my dad bought the house I grew up in 1985, somewhere around there, and 8% was his mortgage, and he was thrilled. That's what he tells me all the time.
It's funny
He's like,
how,
I was so
how
excited.
that generation tells the story of those, though. You know, like I was saying that when we were off there, I tell somebody, oh, you got 6. You're not getting a high five for that right now. No, it's like, damn, that's all you can get me?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. But remember your grandparents at 8%, you know, and to get to their house. They had to go up a lot of snow and hills
Yeah.
to get
Both
to,
ways.
Both ways, right?
right. Yeah, the stories get thicker.
But you see now this concept of points buy down. I've heard this term, or I see the builders, right? The big track builders and the big developments are doing it, and they're 2-1 buy down and all that. Can you educate us a little bit? I know it's a deep conversation. Everyone's situation is different, so reach out to Brad and Jacob for the plan, and you can learn more about your individual situation. But talk about this kind of rates buy down concept.
Well, yeah, that's a mixed bag because the rates you started off with what are trends, right? And it's the market when it's moving as fast as we are, and we're in a downward trend, or we were on an upward trend for the last 4 years. When it's moving like that, it's not a steady pace for us to lock a loan in. Like you would think, if you would have called us 3 years ago, you could come in and get a no-cost loan, meaning you can increase the rate a little bit, quarter to a half, and we cover all of your costs, $3,000, $4,000. That's rare now, meaning that almost most loans, you almost have to pay something into the deal where you can't get that extra premium to cover cost. So when we talk about in a downward trend, if you do have a couple $100, this is where the debate comes in. I'm saving $250 a month now. Do I take it or do I wait for it to go down? Well, what if it goes back up? What if election comes on? What if it does change a little bit? If the money's there and you can save, stop taking the $200, right? Let's take, what is that if you just stayed there, took the deal, $200 a month, and we stayed there for the next 15 years? We're talking 30, 40,000 on most people's loan. That's a big move. So talking about the points, it's hard because I would tell you, don't pay them now. Why would you add more money into getting the deal? But here's what's interesting. I'll share this with you. A client calling around to builders here in the area. They're offering $15,000, $20,000 incentives to buy that new construction house. What if they pay cash? I don't want your loan. I want to pay cash for the house. Will you lower the price $15,000? And the answer is no. Well, so really we're burying a lot of prepaid interest in that. And you don't have an option if you want that neighborhood. Now, another neighborhood, they would play with that money, meaning to credit it towards the sale price. If you're adding points to your loan right now, when do you recoup them? What's the recoup on $15,000 added, even though I'm at 4.99? If I didn't pay the $15,000 or get that credit, would my rate have been 6.25? And is the difference in that money $75 a month times $900, and I just wrapped in $15,000 to get here? Right, are you keeping that math? You guys looking at me funny,
No,
like it's too early for this.
Yeah,
we're at 3 o'clock. In case you're listening, not
right.
7.
Wake up a little bit.
What I'm looking at you like is that people need a professional help guide them
They
because
do.
it's complicated.
You got to run that.
Yeah.
Run the
Yeah.
numbers. I think that's a huge piece. Now, don't just take a quote or look for that. Man, I'm telling you, I get it. 4.99, buddy, that sounds better. It sounds better than 6. But if the cost to get there is so much greater than your break-even point when we're in a downward trend, you're making an error. Betty, on that deal I talked about, that would have been an error for her to take a 7 versus get out of the 2.75 and take the blended at 4.4. Each situation is going to be a hair different.
You guys do seminars. You've got the show. How much time outside of the intentionality of educating people, when people just call you, how much time do you guys spend having to educate, Jacob? How much would you say?
I mean, my intro call, I would say, is about 15 minutes. And then we normally get set up on a planning call where I bring Brad and then we do it together. So then that's, 30 minutes?
Depends on the patient.
Yeah, right. I would agree.
For me, it would be about 2 hours.
Yeah,
for me to sit down and
sometimes
talk.
it's a little longer. But we
You
go.
said carry the 2 and divide the 4.
What's neat is I think some people learn in different ways, right? So I'm somewhat visual. I can keep track of the numbers as I'm rattling them off. You guys were looking at me a little funny, but kind of got it right. When you can put a option A against option B, and not just look at it for today, but also, I'm saving $22 a month for an eighth better in the rate. Okay, well, what does that cost do? And when we look at it 3 years, 5 years, 15, what does that do? And this is, the big part of the show, and I do this with him on the show on purpose, prepay your mortgage. Prepay $25, prepay $50. Most people don't. I always reference, remember on the show, Wendy's, they round up during the holidays. Man, round up your mortgage. Do you realize how much more interest you save just adding $20, $50, $100, whatever you can afford to do and making it regular? The one client had called and they're saving $200 a month. This was one saying, maybe I'll wait. And I said, well, what are you paying right now? And it was like $2,500 a month. They only had to pay $2,100, but now we're moving them down to $1,800. I said, can you keep paying $2,500? She said, oh yeah, we've been comfortable with that. Do you know by changing the rate, they went from, because they were prepaying already, it took it from a 30-year loan down to about a 22. That's 8 years, man.
Yeah.
8 years. Do you know how long 8 years of having a child is? That's a long time.
And how much interest saved as well on it.
Yeah, it's huge. It's
Yeah.
huge money.
Hundreds.
Well, now take them down a couple hundred more, right? And keep prepaying. They're at a 9-year loan. Dropped them that far, and it's like, wow, dude, if you can stay diligent and prepaying that, what a game changer for your family.
And you need an advisor that can tell you those are the types of options that do exist. It's not just, hey, here's 30 years worth of payments that you pay, and this is what it's going to take for you to own a house. That's not how it really works as long as you've got the right people in your corner. The other side you guys talk about a lot is investing. So for the seasoned person, the person interested in investing, you guys had an episode, I think it was pretty much exclusively on debt service coverage ratio loans. DSCR and one of the fancy terms out there. Is that product still exist today?
That's his cup of tea.
Yeah,
He's
that's
real
a hot
polished on it.
topic. I mean,
it's all over TikTok right now.
yeah,
too.
right.
Yeah.
Real estate investing in general is a hot topic right now. But DSCR, you'll see it. Yeah, scrolling through Instagram, TikTok, you'll see you can buy a property, investment property, using the projected rental income. They don't typically say you need 20% down on those videos to make it work, but no, that's a very hot topic.
Well,
right
they got
now.
products so you can do less than 20. But again, now you're going condo-tel where your rate goes up a little bit more. So anytime you add a little extra to the deal, layering is what we call it, you're going to pay a little bit more. That's a tricky program, though.
If you're going, so yes, they do have lower down where you can go 10, 15% down out there, but will it cash flow? No,
It
probably
won't.
not.
Not going to happen. So
And-
then you're out then, right? The loan doesn't work. It has to
we
cash
can,
flow.
We can still get it done. If it doesn't cash flow, we can get it done, but rate goes to about
See, you're
10 and a
done.
half.
You see how I said you're done? He's like, no, you're not. I got a program for that. Okay, kid. What are we going to do with that? He has one for everybody, right?
Yeah, I got one done with. He closed it at 10 and a half. It was a beach out in terrible appraisal came back. The rents showing it wasn't going to rent out. It was a block from North Topsail Beach. I'll move out to North Topsail if it's that cheaper rent. But it wasn't cash flowing, so he closed it at 10 and a half rate. He sent me. He was going to short term rent it. He sent me this summer. He had all 4 months completely booked out. So it was a second home investment. He was going to use it a little personal, but he booked it out the entire year pretty much.
He got popped though because it didn't. The appraiser comes back as a cash flow, right, and says, "Hey, I think it's going to rent for this." And they'll do short term, long term, both. And short term's a newer game. VRBOs and all that. That wasn't back when I was doing loans.
Sure.
That's a whole new concept. But as he tracks that rent, we can then use that to lower his deal back down. Same program, DSCR. And get an 8% rate. Let's say it cash flows. You threw out a nasty rate, man. We were just talking about like 8%. You went 10 on us.
It's low sevens. It's low sevens. If you're showing cash flow, we can go low sevens.
See that if the numbers work, which you can always somewhat, I call it manipulate. You can put more down. You can always make the rents work if it is. But I think the appraiser has to be sharp going out too.
Then for let's say someone who doesn't want to go that random type of loan, and I call it random, right? But unique loan product, we'll say. Tapping into the equity line and that kind of thing. Are you seeing that as a potential these days? How is that working?
I think that's a no-brainer. If you've got idle equity, right? That's what it's called. So you're sitting there running the car and you're spending gas money. Could we put that to work? Like if you had a lot of people have bought a $300,000 house that's now worth $450,000, $500,000. Well, could we do it again, an investment that you may be able to rent out, VRBO? Lots of guys are buying different types of properties we've seen where they're renting them out to nurses in the city in Charlotte, or they're getting them close to the lake or the Speedway and renting them out, and it works.
We had one client that tapped into his equity in Myrtle Beach. He on his primary house, he went and bought 2 vacation rentals, DSCR. Now he quit his full-time job. Now this is what he does. He has 2 rentals right on the beach, and that's his full-time gig.
They cash
That's what
flow.
people want.
They
Not
cash
bad.
flow. Those are real good cash flows, though, and his numbers work. And the appreciation he's grabbing is great.
And it's from doing what, a HELOC or a
He did a cash out refi
Cash
on
out
his
refi?
house, and it's fixed. See, there's an argument too that the HELOC's going to adjust. Is it going to go down? Yeah, we think so. Sure. If you can fix the money in like that, give you the example. Betty, I called her, buying the condo-tel. Is it good? She has 150, right? Roughly at 2.75. She's buying one. We'd give her 7. Even if she took an HELOC, because she has that option, take a HELOC on that property, it's going to be adjustable. Well, how do you manage your rent is good? Makes it harder. So if we can fix it and have a blended rate fixed 30 years and prepay with the rents, I didn't even talk about that. Put the impact of putting the rents back on that loan. Oh, man, this whole thing, including the condo-tel, she's paid off in 6 years.
Plenty to talk about in the mortgage
Wow.
world. It's not going to slow down anytime soon. The cat's out of the bag. North Carolina is one of the greatest places in the world to live. People are coming here, so people are going to be buying homes. You may want to buy a home. You may want to buy an investment property. You may know somebody moving here. Get connected with the right professionals. Brad and Jacob Roche for the plan every Friday, 3 p.m.
More Good Morning LKN with Justin, Bill, and Mamie is on the way from 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
I'll carry along the rain gear on the way out the door this morning, but you might not need it that much. A mostly cloudy day, but the occasional shower from time to time is also possible. Just don't foresee it being that wet of a day. High temperatures in the mid and upper 70s. We'll fall back into the mid 60s, mostly cloudy overnight. Our Saturday, we'll keep some extra clouds around with a few peaks of sun here and there with an isolated shower possible, but also not that wet of a day. High temperatures in the upper 70s near 80. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Langtree Live in Mooresville presents Fortune 5 in concert on Thursday, September 12th. Fortune 5 won the Battle of the Bands this past spring and now makes their debut on the Langtree stage. Event time is 6:30 p.m. with music powered by Waves Entertainment starting at 7. Grab your friends, family, and lawn chairs. Enjoy the shopping and dining options while at Langtree. Don't miss the music of Fortune 5 this Thursday at Langtree Live. This Friday is the next edition of the Piedmont Healthcare Friday After 5 concert series. Downtown Statesville offers free entertainment to residents, neighbors, and visitors. This week's concert features the Camel City Yacht Club, 5 musicians devoted to bringing the finest smooth rock of the 70s and 80s to you. Friday After 5 is held in downtown Statesville on West Broad Street in front of Mitchell Community College from 6 p.m. to 8:30. Beer, wine, soft drinks, and food will be available for purchase beginning at 5 p.m. Bring your chairs and enjoy a night of music this Friday in downtown Statesville. The WSIC gang is back at Micaiah's in Mooresville for Trivia Night Tuesday, September 17th. Grab your squad, form your team, or come play solo and join WSIC on-air personalities as we gather for a fun game of trivia. We'll see you September 17th at Micaiah's in Mooresville. The NHRA returns to ZMAX Dragway September 20th through the 22nd for the Carolina Nationals. When the temperature cools down, the excitement heats up at the Bellagio of drag strips. Every ticket is a pit pass, giving fans unmatched access to the drivers and crews who power the NHRA's thunderous 11,000 horsepower machines to their limits. Visit CharlotteMotorspeedway.com for information, tickets, and details. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
They're back. More of Justin, Bill, and Mamie now. It's Good Morning LKN from WSIC. Local starts here.
Good morning, LKN. 7:48. Happy FriYAY to you. Thanks again to Brad and Jacob Roche for the plan, the show that's been on WSIC. Brad was on for years before I came along here at WSIC, and he's been on recently on the weekends, but we've got him now 3 p.m. on Fridays. So every Friday you can check out For the Plan. It's also available on demand, wherever you get your podcasts, wherever you watch your videos, and always the WSIC News app where you can get anything anytime. You can watch the live video anywhere, anytime as well, and see some of the shenanigans going on, and that's always a good time. 8 o'clock, you know what's coming up at 8:06 because it's Friday. A look at the lake and fish of the week. We're going to have to check out and pick. You know there's over 50 species of fish in Lake Norman?
I did know that.
I think you taught me that.
I did teach you that.
And we have a few on the wheel, and we
don't have all 50. We have what, 11, 12?
10.
10?
You gonna put a slab of cheddar on one of them?
No, I've
Which
never.
One's the best cheddar fish?
Don't eat fish and cheese. Filet-o fish.
Filet-o fish.
It's the only one that goes, and it's not on the wheel.
I think, do they have a double stack filet-o fish now, too?
Oh, my gosh, gross.
Or they combine the fish and the chicken sandwich at McDonald's, I think.
You should get a surf and turf.
Go there and order surf and turf. I wonder what they would say if you tried
Just
that.
go through. I'll pay you $1 if you go through McDonald's.
We'll go after this.
Yeah. I'll take the surf and turf.
It's free money. I'm going to put that down. I'm going to buy down the rate there with that free $1 you gave me right there. My gosh.
Yeah.
Look at the lake. That's coming up at 8 o'clock. Also, we have a winner announcement we're going to have
We
later
do.
on.
Yeah. 8:15, we'll announce the winner of Bands, Brews, and Barbecue VIP contest, Jody Messina.
Bands, Brews, and Barbecue happening at Liberty Park in downtown Mooresville this weekend. Jody Messina.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Mames, you sat down with Jody this
and I was
week.
a complete dork, but I don't care because I got to talk to her. And maybe if she sees me in the crowd singing,
I'm her biggest fan.
She'll go, "Hey, I know you."
Look, it's Mamie.
Look, she's here.
Yeah. Did you ask her what her favorite thing about Lake Norman is?
No, I didn't. I was so, I mean, you saw the interview. I was just cheesing. I was so excited. So
You did have a big old smile.
I'm not a professional interviewer or journalist.
You do a great job.
Or investigative reporter, but I have a good time doing it.
You know, one thing I've wanted to do that I think would be a good time. I never, when it first came out, I don't think there was much regulation on it, but now you got to have like a license and all that. Drones and flying drones and all that kind of stuff. There's a new world record for drone flying, and it happened. I think this is in China. I'm going to.
It looks, yes.
Shenzhen, I think that's in China. 8,100 drones were flying, and they put them all together. And I don't think this is AI. And again, if you have the WSIC News app available on iOS and Google Play, you can see this video here. Here's where I get concerned about this. And you can imagine, right, a bunch of drones put together making very colorful images in the sky. The other tweets I started seeing about this is like, while we may think this is cool right now, this is China showing off potential military technology style things as far as drone coordination and stuff like that. So that makes me a little nervous because this seems well advanced of anything I've seen here, or Disney World, or even Starlink when it flies the random straight line in the sky. 8,000 drones in the sky at one time, showcasing what they can do.
Have you ever seen one of these drone shows live?
I haven't seen one live with my eyes.
Disney does them sometimes.
I've seen them on my timeline all the time.
Right, I see them on my timeline. I've never seen one live, so I want to know, like, because the view is always like from it's a drone that's shooting the drone show. And so I'm like, what is it like to watch it live? Is it this impressive if you're watching it from the ground? I wonder.
I've seen them. I've seen the drones pop up. Let's see, when Messi was in town, they had a little drone show around the stadium.
Really?
And I was driving, and I was taken back. I was off guard, right? First off, if we're doing drone shows in the city, people in the city need to be aware.
Let people know.
Yeah,
right.
put
There
an
should be at least
announcement
a
out there.
flyer up on a post or something. So it scared me while I was driving because I'm coming around a corner and I'm like, what is that back behind these trees? It's a big soccer ball in the middle of the sky. They do look as cool.
It does look as cool.
You saw it was a soccer ball. Like you could
Correct.
tell.
I could tell it was a soccer ball. They even, I think they even went to like a soccer player, kind of a guy. Yeah.
It formed into a person.
Yeah, they were good. It was
I don't know why this bothers me. This
is it the number of drones?
The number of drones in the sky at one
8,000?
time really upsets me.
That many drones, definitely agathocological.
Yeah, it's that word. It is. It's like, it's creepy because I think, well, how many of these are just flying above, not making pictures all the time? That's what I think about.
Or taking pictures all the time.
Yes.
That's the other thing. Yeah.
Not making colorful images in the sky. Yeah, they're just flying around looking at stuff all the time.
Supposedly, too, that the part of the technology here that they're working on is the type of, like, tell it what to do without having to use, I think, GPS, so it can't be interfered with. Again, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, not throwing out crazy ideas, just saying China's on the move. Everybody needs to watch out. Flappy Bird, did you ever play that game?
No.
Have you ever heard of that game?
Yes, Katie played it.
Okay, I had never heard of this game last night, but supposedly it's a big deal. It's coming back.
Oh, she's a huge fan. She loved Flappy Bird.
It's coming back. Flappy Bird is officially returning. A group named the Flappy Bird Foundation Group has acquired the official Flappy Bird trademark and rights to the original game, returning to iOS and Android in 2025.
Okay. All right.
So
Well,
it's
there you go.
exclusively a phone game? Is that how Katie knew it as? Was
iPad
phone?
game, yeah.
iPad
Yeah,
game?
it's a little iPad game. It's kind of like, I don't know what to compare it to.
See, it's funny because when you see these
Remember
kind of
Angry
pictures.
Birds?
Oh, I do remember Angry Birds, yeah.
Yeah, kind of Angry Birds-ish. But
Like you
Flappy
launch?
Bird would like go through. You never played it?
Uh-uh.
It kind of goes through and you have to just avoid obstacles and things like that
Okay.
as you're going.
Hand-eye coordination.
Yeah. Just tapping, skipping, jumping over things. It's
Sure.
It's flying, so you're moving it.
Okay.
And then you can get expansion packs with like ducks and frogs and all these kind of things. Yeah. We
Okay.
went through the whole thing. She was Flappy Bird, Roblox. There was a couple other games that she was really into.
I'm not well, I guess I'm more in tune with most pop culture than most people in
Right.
the world
I
right now.
think you know more than most people.
Most people. And so when I saw this one, I was a little I assumed it was an old school game because it's like a pixelated image, like the pixelated
Right.
old
No,
school looking stuff.
it was made to look like this, but it was, so what, 2007, 8, somewhere
Okay.
like that.
But
No,
it's
not
coming back.
7, because she wasn't born until 2006, so she's probably
Playing
5 or
one,
6.
playing the iPad at one. Dang,
she's
God.
advanced. She's in college. Smart girl.
All right, Flappy Bird's coming back. So if you thought you got away with it and never had to see it again,
It's coming back. You
You're
can play it again. I'll let
probably-
Katie know. I was talking to her last night, and she was telling me that they did a watch party for the
for the Panthers.
no, gosh, no, for the debate the other night.
Oh, they did in
Yes,
college.
In college.
Okay.
I was so proud.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, man, you're in college. You could do whatever you want to on a Tuesday night. Nobody's telling you what to do. And you guys sat together and watched the debate. And they, talked about it and discussed it. So I'm very proud of her.
You got to be careful with that, though. Laziness also contributes to the fact of not leaving the dorm, and you end up having conversations you shouldn't have. So
That's true, too. But just really
and that's just speaking from experience. So
proud of
that's-
her for getting together. They got
Oh,
together
yeah.
with a group of people, though.
Oh, they did? They put them all together and combined?
Yeah. She went to a little watch party that they did.
It was
and so-
intentional.
Yeah, intentional.
That
So,
sounds good. What'd she think of it? Did she ask you questions after or anything like that, or?
No, I was a little bit tired when I got home last night, so it was a short conversation.
This was your catch up last night.
Yeah, this was our quick roundabout about the day. Yeah.
She came home for Labor Day. Is she coming home soon again?
She won't be home again until Thanksgiving.
Okay. How you feeling?
No, fall break. She'll be home for fall break.
How does that make you feel?
It's okay.
Making it through it.
I'll get through it. But I'm going to see her first weekend and family weekend's coming up in October. So I'll be up there for that. Rob and I are going to go.
Family weekend's a common thing, I think, for most colleges, right? Like to
Mhm.
where everybody can kind of go up, check in, see how things have been going.
Have activities, go to a football game, and they're having all kinds of stuff that they're planning. So get to go up and see her dorm.
In her element now. It's not her coming back. You're going up to her,
Right.
her space.
See her in her space. Yes.
You excited about it?
I am excited. She's a little bit upset that the place that we're staying doesn't take dogs. So I can't bring Layla.
Can Layla stay in the dorm or no? Is that not allowed at all? Doubt it.
We could try it.
You
What are
think
they
it'll
going to
work?
do? Doesn't say no dogs on the door.
That's what I'm saying. If it doesn't say no dogs, you
We'll just
should be
bring
able
her.
to be fine.
Yeah.
We're going to talk with Joe Berg and Patrick Reynolds in the 8 o'clock hour. So 8:30, 8:45-ish. We'll chat with them and see what's going on in the world of sports. Hornets training camp is coming up if you're a basketball fan, but they're not doing training camp this year in Charlotte. They're not going to have it here. It's going to be at the K Center in Durham from October 1st through October 4th. So if you were hoping to go check out the Hornets at training camp, you won't be able to because of renovations, they say. So, big basketball fan?
No. Are you?
I like the idea of basketball.
I do like the games. They're fun.
Yeah.
But I like college basketball better than NBA.
Because of March Madness or
Yeah.
just easy to consolidate into
I think
like
it's
a
easy just to
single
watch a
time
whole
frame?
bunch. Yeah. And we always do the bracket with the family. And so, which I think my dad won this year, which is crazy because my dad is not a sports watcher. He just lucked out.
Should I start saying that? Because I've been saying for a couple months, like, hey, we're getting close to Christmas. Like, you didn't believe me. We're about at Christmas now. Should I start saying, hey, March Madness is right around the corner?
No,
Is that what I should
'Cause
start
it's
going
not.
for?
No, it's still summer. Leave me alone. I've got like 2 weeks of summer left or a week and a half of summer left.
Like officially?
It's not, it's still summer.
Right, but like the
literally.
official summer?
Yeah, till the first day of fall is September 21st or 22nd.
Oh, it is in September.
Yeah.
I thought you told me it was like November, and I
No.
believed you. I didn't even go fact check it. Like I just assumed you were like telling me the truth. I genuinely have had in my mind now for weeks that summer lasts until November. What?
Daylight savings.
Oh my god.
Daylight savings ends
My
in
life
November.
is a lie. God.
Yes. But I mean, you could be on the boat on Halloween, really, honestly.
You could be, but again, I had in my mind that like the official like summer solstice or whatever the heck it is that the moon shape changes in November. That's I don't know why I didn't fact check this at all.
The winter solstice is in December.
Sure.
Summer solstice is in June.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. We only get 2 of those. But the official first day of autumn is around September 21st, depending on the
Is
month.
that when the moon turns backward, or
No,
what is that?
It's
Is
just
that
doing its thing. It's not going anywhere.
technically does the moon turn backward? It's a sphere.
Don't know.
I don't think there's a backside to that moon.
I don't know. But yes, the first official day of fall is coming up in a couple weeks. But it's still like literally still summer.
Changes my entire calendar. I have to figure this out.
I just love that I can just name things and you just take them as fact, though.
Summer break starting early, maybe here. Also for some Verizon employees, about 5,000 of them getting laid off. $2 billion in cost savings. So we'll see how that goes. If you've got Verizon, we'll see if your service changes at all. 5,000 less? I think they can manage it. I think Elon runs Twitter with like 2 people, doesn't he?
serving you better than ever before. WSIC, Statesville, W290DK Mooresville, W264CU Statesville.
Shut down some airplane production. The 33,000 machinists rejecting a 25% pay raise offer, demanding 40% instead.
The last time Boeing saw a strike was back in 2008. That strike lasted 57 days. Now, no timetable as to how long this strike could last, but it is estimated it will cost Boeing $100 million a day.
That's Dave Detling with Fox TV in Seattle. President Biden will meet with Britain's prime minister today, and as Fox's Jill Nato reports, a big topic will be continuing to help Ukraine battle Russia.
The New York Times reports European officials say the president appears to be ready to clear the way for Ukraine to strike far into Russian territory with Western weapons. Britain's already signaled it wants to let Ukraine use its Storm Shadow missiles, but wanted permission from the president.
Russia's leaders warning against that. Vladimir Putin says if the U.S. and Europe let Ukraine do that, it'll put NATO at risk of war with Russia. Former President Trump says he's done with debates and won't face off again with Vice President Harris, saying at a rally in Tucson, Arizona.
People said that I was angry at the debate. I was angry. And yes, I am angry because he allowed 21 million illegal aliens invading our communities.
Today he'll rally in Nevada. Harris wants a second debate with Trump, calling him unfit for a second term.
Same old tired playbook we've heard for years, with no plan for how he would address the needs of the American people.
She held 2 rallies in North Carolina. Today, the vice presidential campaign in Pennsylvania. America's listening to Fox News.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer. Should the descendants of slaves get reparations, maybe even compensation? New York City joins New York State and other places from California to Illinois considering that.
One of the bill's co-sponsors, Councilwoman Crystal Hudson, telling Fox News Digital it represents a significant step for New York City and that the harm slavery caused Black Americans continues to be felt today. The legislation establishes a truth, healing, and reconciliation process on slavery and a task force. Minority Leader Joseph Borelli voting against the measures, telling the New York Post, "I'll move before I pay." Chris DeMeo, Fox News.
In Florida, a victory challenging book bans.
Nassau County School Board officials settling the federal lawsuit with a group of students, parents, and the authors of And Tango Makes Three, agreeing the children's book about 2 male penguins that raise a chick together is not obscene and is appropriate for students of all ages. Plaintiffs had sued, alleging the district's decision to remove 36 titles with LGBTQ plus content was unlawful. Under the settlement, the district must restore access to those titles at libraries. Republicans in the state have passed laws opening the door for book challenges. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stocks could rise. Dow and NASDAQ futures moving higher before today's trading. On Thursday Night Football, a big win for the Bills, a potentially bigger loss for the Dolphins.
4th and 4. Pressure. Tua steps up. He's going to run for the first down and takes a shot at the 6-yard line. Hamlin hit him and Tua down.
And Miami quarterback Tua Tagovailoa was woozy when he got up, knocked out of the game on Amazon Prime Video in the third quarter with a concussion. He already has a history of concussions that's forced him to miss games. Before leaving, Tagovailoa threw 3 interceptions. One was returned for a touchdown, and Buffalo blew out Miami 31-10 to kick off Week 2 of the NFL season. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Well, carry along the rain gear on the way out the door this morning, but you might not need it that much. A mostly cloudy day, but the occasional shower from time to time is also possible. Just don't foresee it being that wet of a day. High temperatures in the mid and upper 70s. We'll fall back into the mid 60s, mostly cloudy overnight. Our Saturday, we'll keep some extra clouds around with a few peaks of sun here and there with an isolated shower possible, but also not that wet of a day. High temperatures in the upper 70s near 80. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Hey folks, you know Randy Marion Ford Lincoln in Statesville is known for the prices and selection, but I tell you what, you may not have known the distinction that this store received with Ford and Lincoln this year. We received the President's Award for 2023 for Ford for the 5th year in a row. We also received it for Lincoln for the first year, and I tell you, those awards don't come easily. It all boils down to taking care of the customers and having the vehicles you want in stock for you to buy.
Now, back to more of Good Morning LKN with Justin, Bill, and Mamie on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 8:06. Happy FriYAY to you. Not sure what you're doing this weekend, but plenty to do. One of those things you might be looking to do, get out on the lake.
Yeah, because it's still summer.
Because it's still summer for only a couple of weeks, not until November. And if you're going to do that, well, we need to get a look at the lake, and so that way you can know what is going on. And this week, your weekly lake forecast sponsored by Horn Heating and Air Conditioning, HORNEHVAC.com. You can also give them a call, 704-230-1343, 704-230-1343. Get that feeling of, because, yeah, it might be a little cool outside, but you don't want to go home and have that stale, nasty, non-circulated air because your unit went out, right? That's what you don't want. Also, you're getting closer to the cool time. You're going to have to get that heater serviced as well. Give Horn a call, HORNEHVAC.com, 704-230-1343. You know, Horn is also hiring. So if you're an experienced service technician and looking for a new company that has a great culture, really wants to help you succeed and give you all the tools necessary to make that happen, give them a call, Horn HVAC, HORNEHVAC.com, 704-230-1343. So if you're making your way onto the lake this weekend, you want to know what that water temp's going to be because you gotta kind of plan appropriately there. 77.4 degrees. Wow. So we're starting to hit that drop, right? Where that time of the year it's going to keep incrementally getting cooler probably each week. But then also when you're driving around on your vessel, you don't want to go ashore. Don't row that boat ashore.
No.
You keep it right in the middle of the lake where you're supposed to be, in the water. So the water level 96.6. So we're right there at that full pond. We're right on the edge on it. Right there at it. And the other thing that's fascinating about the lake, which is a little tidbit I learned from somebody, there's over 50 species of fish.
That's right.
In Lake Norman.
That's right.
And so what do we have to do? We have to identify the fish of the week. Who's it gonna be? It's gotta be one. Only one. Spin the wheel and let's see. Completely random. Who's the fish of the week? Who's getting that Gouda slathered all over him? Black crappie with their sparkly coats. Could be. Catfish tails and bluegill boats. Ooh, both are delicious. Largemouth bass in waters deep. He's one. Spotted bass with secrets to keep. Oh, it's fish of the week. All right, we've got to spin that wheel, find out this week who is the fish of the week. All right, we got black crappie, white crappie, largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, spotted bass, striped bass, spotty bass, white bass, black catfish, chow catfish, white perch, bluegill. We have a winner! I believe it's one that's won before.
I think I've seen this fish
Yes.
before.
Do you know?
I'm going to guess white perch.
You are incorrect.
Oh.
Striped bass. Striped bass.
Striped bass? Oh.
Oh, wait. I actually might have the wrong fish here.
What?
I think I got the wrong fish.
What?
What's that fish doing?
Is it the white perch?
What did you guess?
I guess white perch.
You own it, baby.
Yeah.
You got to believe in yourself.
You got
Don't
to.
just listen to other people,
-5
man.
for Bill.
-5.
You know, it's
That's a white perch, Blakely.
It's not a true perch, but a fish of the temperate bass family, in case you were wondering about the
good to
little
know.
known fact.
Good to know.
Silvery white in color, hence the name, and probably would age well with
Do not put cheese on that fish.
sharp cheddar.
Stop.
Sharp cheddar. Look, I find if you put the cheese on after you've cooked the fish a good little bit and let it do a melting with a covering in it, and where it really
no.
ingrains into the fish, that's how you get the best flavor profile.
White bird.
Fish and cheese.
No, chimichurri sauce?
Chimichurri. You got it. That's
Yeah.
it. Chimichurri.
Yeah, throw a little bit of that on there. All right, fish of the week. There you go.
Way to
It's
go.
where you identify one of the fish you may catch in the lake, and this is one that you will find in Lake Norman.
Nerman?
Nerman?
Lake Nerman. Yes.
The white perch.
Lake
Nerman.
Thanks again to Horn Heating and Air Conditioning, HORNEHVAC.com. That's where you go, 704-230-1343. That's their number as well.
Nerman.
Check out Lake Nerman if you need to there for a little bit. Fish of the week. All right. That's as easy as it is. Every Friday at 8:06, you get that. This weekend, you got a little bit of a thing going on. Bands, Brews, and Barbecue. We have a VIP contest giveaway that's going to end in about 12 minutes.
Yeah, it's over.
Oh, it already ended. You already had
it
your
ended
chance.
at 7:06 this morning.
Okay, so you had your chance.
Yes.
You got a winner picked?
I do. I have 2 winners.
Okay, so we're going to find out who the winners are after about 8:15, we'll say. We'll find out. Joe Berg, WSIC Sports Director, also going to be joining us about 8:30. Patrick Reynolds, host of the Home Ad Show, Monday through Friday, whether you're buying, selling, or celebrating. You're doing it with Patrick Reynolds and Joe Berg producing here from 9 to 11. Going to talk sports and then going to talk general community. Last night, the last Langtree Live of the season.
Yes, it was.
And so I'm sure that was a great time. The weather was about perfect last night,
Oh, it was
too.
gorgeous last night.
The weather this week's really been good. The part that's throwing me off is the sun and the whole more dark in the morning, getting
that's
darker
tough.
earlier in the
It
evening.
is tough. Yeah, it's really tough to not have the sun up because we get here pretty early. So yeah, I think we're going to change it to waking up bright and early to waking up dark and early.
And I walk in the evenings. I like to.
Yeah.
I try to a couple times a week. And I feel like I need to start carrying my bear mace a little earlier. You know what I mean? Because it's so
You
dark.
got bears in your neighborhood?
I mean, just bear mace seems more effective than regular mace. Like if you're
Bear
gonna,
mace?
Yeah, if you're going to carry one.
Okay. All right.
I think the can's a little bit bigger, so it more of looks like I'm carrying around like a paint spray can, but it's
Okay.
it's
I've seen lots of bear videos on my timeline lately. Like bears just wandering into public places. I don't know why. I don't like that. I want it to stop.
You know what it probably is. You're looking for an update on America's favorite
game
show. And I do have an update for you on that.
Okay.
It's not the bear, though. So, okay, remember the rules of the game. America's favorite game. Inside this studio, a 10 by 10 box. You have to be in here for an hour?
Yes, 1 hour.
1 hour with either lion, bear, or crocodile / alligator.
Right.
And if you do survive, $10 million.
Yeah.
And this, I have found the alligator. Now, one of the things that talking about is, okay, not in water being in this room. So that's why some people have chosen alligator in
Right.
America's favorite game. This is, I believe, the oldest alligator in the world.
Oh, my
right
goodness.
here.
No.
He's a big guy. If you're on the WSIC News app, available on iOS and Google Play, you can check out this video. His name, Henry.
That's not an alligator name.
Supposedly,
Hank.
he was born
Hank is a good name for an
in
alligator.
1900.
No.
Supposedly. Oldest known
It's a
croc
croc.
in the world.
That's a croc.
It's a croc.
Saltwater.
Oh, that's what it is.
This is a
Croc
croc.
is saltwater. Alligator freshwater.
General rule.
But 124-year-old croc right here. This guy's big.
You've seen a lot.
There are other ones that look also as big. I don't know how old they are.
I'm not
Why
turning
is
my
that guy
back
just
to any of
standing
those.
there? Yeah, why is he just standing there? What's wrong with that guy?
Because that is the obvious choice for.
But standing behind him.
No, that's the choice for
America's favorite game.
I mean, look, he's surrounded. I wouldn't be turning my back to the ones I don't see here.
Yeah, he's got a lot of confidence right now. He's got
I
a
don't
lot
mind
of
getting
confidence.
behind the actual old alligator.
Henry.
Good old Henry.
Henry looks like he's still got some fight in him, though.
No, Henry's faking until he makes it. You know, when you get older, you just start faking until he can't see nothing. Henry's 124 years old. You think he can see something?
I don't
You
know.
wouldn't even notice me in a room.
Yeah.
No, you don't
I'm
get
not
to
worth
pick
the
the age
trouble.
of the animal that you're in here with. You get one in its prime. You are not picking the 124-year-old.
I don't even think Henry would
You
fit
said
in
you would
here.
pick a lion.
I'm picking a lion. Every time. Bill, tell me how many times you've seen a lion in real life. Come on.
Not sleeping.
Always sleeping.
I've been to Africa, Mamie. They don't sleep there. They hunt.
You should really stick around to hear what the crazy gang of 3 have to say next. Good morning, LKN on WSIC.
Well, carry along the rain gear on the way out the door this morning, but you might not need it that much. A mostly cloudy day, but the occasional shower from time to time is also possible. Just don't foresee it being that wet of a day. High temperatures in the mid and upper 70s. We'll fall back into the mid 60s, mostly cloudy overnight. Our Saturday, we'll keep some extra clouds around with a few peaks of sun here and there with an isolated shower possible, but also not that wet of a day. High temperatures in the upper 70s near 80. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
The WSIC app is available now wherever you get your apps, featuring local deals from great local businesses like Greystone Lodge in Boone.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Langtree Live in Mooresville presents Fortune 5 in concert on Thursday, September 12th. Fortune 5 won the Battle of the Bands this past spring and now makes their debut on the Langtree stage. Event time is 6:30 p.m. with music powered by Waves Entertainment starting at 7. Grab your friends, family, and lawn chairs. Enjoy the shopping and dining options while at Langtree. Don't miss the music of Fortune 5 this Thursday at Langtree Live. This Friday is the next edition of the Piedmont Healthcare Friday After 5 concert series. Downtown Statesville offers free entertainment to residents, neighbors, and visitors. This week's concert features the Camel City Yacht Club, 5 musicians devoted to bringing the finest smooth rock of the 70s and 80s to you. Friday After 5 is held in downtown Statesville on West Broad Street in front of Mitchell Community College from 6 p.m. to 8:30. Beer, wine, soft drinks, and food will be available for purchase beginning at 5 p.m. Bring your chairs and enjoy a night of music this Friday in downtown Statesville. The WSIC gang is back at Micaiah's in Mooresville for Trivia Night Tuesday, September 17th. Grab your squad, form your team, or come play solo. And join WSIC on-air personalities as we gather for a fun game of trivia. We'll see you September 17th at Micaiah's in Mooresville. The NHRA returns to ZMAX Dragway September 20th through the 22nd for the Carolina Nationals. When the temperature cools down, the excitement heats up at the Bellagio of drag strips. Every ticket is a pit pass, giving fans unmatched access to the drivers and crews who power the NHRA's thunderous 11,000 horsepower machines to their limits. Visit CharlotteMotorspeedway.com for information, tickets, and details. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
Give us a call now at 844-STUDIO-4. It's Good Morning LKN on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Heads Carolina, tails California, somewhere greener, somewhere warmer, up in the mountains.
Good morning, LKN 818. Happy FriYAY to you. More to talk about there. Jody Messini, you got a little
That's
taste
right.
right
That's
there.
right. We got some winners to announce.
We're
But
gonna
first, we
talk
got to do
about
something else first, right?
Ride ICATS.com. Alternative transportation, $3 each day, each way to commute from Iredell County down to the city of Charlotte, cruising in the HOV lane with Jeff. Good morning to you, sir. How are things looking?
Good morning. No accidents to report. There's a little bit of slowdown, 77 southbound around Gilead Road. Going into the city of Charlotte, southbound on 77. A little bit of a slowdown around Brookshire Freeway there. Far as 77 northbound, things are moving right along. So overall, it's a pretty good day on 77. Statesville, Mooresville, I've not heard any issues on the secondary roads. So we're just going to have a slide into a nice weekend.
Absolutely, Jeff. We appreciate that. Anything fun for the weekend going on for you?
Gonna go over and see our granddaughter, and I've got some gutter guards to install this weekend. I found out the sweet potatoes won't be ready until 2 more weeks, so we're going to have to make a run over in the end of the month to get those. But just looking forward to spending time with family.
Absolutely, Jeff. We appreciate that. We appreciate you, sir. Have a great weekend and travel safe.
All right. Well, hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll say go Panthers. Hopefully they'll do something good.
That's right, Jeff. We'll take it. See you, brother.
All right.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye.
This close. RideICATS.com. $1 from your front door to Hickory today, and $1 to get back. $1 from your front door and running errands around town every day in Iredell County. RideICATS.com. All right, Joe D. Messina will be playing this weekend. Bands, Brews, and Barbecue. Tomorrow. Yeah, this weekend. I forgot it's Friday.
That's tomorrow.
Technically the weekend today. Joe D. Messina playing Liberty Park, Mooresville, tomorrow night. We have a VIP contest going on. It is time to announce some winners.
It is. So our grand prize winner, we had 2 winners. Grand prize winner is Kim Michelle. Congratulations. Congratulations, Kim. Kim has won VIP passes for the VIP Lounge, which is located at Savannah Oyster Company in downtown Mooresville, right across from Liberty Park. Best seat in the house.
Oysters and Messina.
That's right. And premium passes if they want to go, if they want to go up front for the contest too. So go for the show.
You can go have oysters, have snackles, whatever you're going to do over there at a great venue right there in the heart of downtown Mooresville, right next to Liberty Park, and you can get front row.
Front row for the concert.
What a combo.
Better than.
And that was first place winner?
That was first place.
Okay, do we have a second place?
Yes, congratulations, Kim, on that. Second place is Melissa Roy. Congratulations. You get premium seating for the Jody Messina concert.
So first row.
First row, yeah. Right up front. It's going to be great.
Jamming with Messina this weekend.
And I'll be right there next to you singing as loud as I can. So
sorry.
Congratulations, and I'm sorry. I can't help it. I'm so excited.
Can't contain the giddiness.
I can't. Rob's like, how loud are you going to sing? And I was like, real loud. Real loud.
Gonna be screaming.
Yeah. But I'll leave him in the VIP lounge and I'll go up front.
Yeah, there you go. It'll be all right.
Let's go.
Bands, Brews, and Barbecue. Also, besides Joe D. Messina, there will be other bands playing.
Yes, there are 2 other bands that'll be playing. Jody Messina is the headliner, so she will be playing around 9 p.m. But there are other bands, Brews, right, and Barbecue. And so lots of options and lots of things to do. Family fun zone. There's going to be a Ferris wheel. God, that pig.
Shout out to, we'll come back to the pig. Shout out to Ckezepis Brewing also for supporting, along with Debotech, on the USA Olympic team for bobsledding, because Debotech, a local company in Mooresville, who is in the compound fabricating space, they basically do a lot of stuff with carbon fibers from what I've seen. That's a big thing they do. They are the providers of the bobsleds for Team USA. And so Ckezepis Brewing, one of the beers there in particular during Bands, Brews, and Barbecue, that if you buy this particular beer, the proceeds go to support Team USA's bobsled team, because America doesn't fund our athletes.
That's right.
So
but
just heads up on that.
Lots of good feelings and lots of good times to be had tomorrow night at Bands, Brews, and Barbecue.
It's going to be a great time. Mooresville can clear out. I'll be interested to see a night event, how well do they clear out after, because Mooresville just got something to where as soon as the event's over, people know how to leave. And that's what happens.
I don't know. They need to teach some other people, though. I'm going to go take some notes for the other towns.
Bands, Brews, and Barbecue, one of the many events going on this weekend. Great event to take place. Check it out tomorrow night, downtown Mooresville. Joe D. Messina. No doubt going to be a packed scene. Be safe when you're out there. Enjoy it. Have a great time, but make smart choices. And that's always a good thing. One of which, we were in space yesterday. Did you know that?
Who's we?
SpaceX.
Oh, okay. Like I thought maybe you and Bill went to space yesterday.
Well,
I had a busy day, so I didn't get to hang out with y'all yesterday.
We have sent people to space for the first time since like the 60s. I think when we were preparing for the moon. Yesterday was the farthest we had been in space as far as human beings go since we went to the moon, if I understand correctly, or as far as going out into space. And there was an astronaut exiting out of Dragon, as they're calling it, the little capsule, I think, or flight thing, whatever. And practicing the motions and what it's like to grab in space and be out there.
No, this is not real, is it?
Yeah, this was them. Here it is right here. Again, on the WSIC News app, you can see we've got this video from SpaceX here. That's the farthest from. Look at the planet. Look at
I don't
Earth.
want to go. No, I don't want to do that,
bro. You afraid of heights, Bill?
Matrix 1, watching from the nose cone.
You think that the concept of height is here? You know what I mean, with how big it is and how if you fell out, fall?
There's no gravity. You're not falling. Where are you falling? You're just floating.
Yeah.
I guess that's the thing. You didn't
This
get no.
okay, 2 things today. The drones and now this. No, I don't want to go to space. Look how dark it is out there. God, no.
Yeah, that's wild.
Copy with you and test matrix 1.
For some reason, I've watched too much Guardians of the Galaxy because that's not what I thought space looked like.
I don't know. It says altitude 737 kilometers. I don't know if that's like compared to Earth or not or anything
Why
like that.
is his arm stuck in that one location?
I don't know. He's not looking very nimble.
That makes me really nervous.
Looks like he's about to fight in a dream or something.
The pictures of the suit, the space
He's
suit.
coming at me.
Let me prepare my AB combo.
He's coming for me. I'm going to catch him.
Do not want to do this. Oh, what his arm is really bothering me.
The memes I saw yesterday on the internet, because if you look at the original spacesuits, you know, they're really big, bulky, boxy.
Right.
They're calling this the Wagovi version of spacesuits, is what they're calling it. So
Everybody's slimming down, even astronauts.
Tricepitards.
But isn't that funny how far it comes? I mean, if you look at this person's suit, it literally is just like a jumpsuit.
It
like They're
is.
wearing maybe you know,
Looks like
Air
he's going to
Jordan.
hop on a bike.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Jordan sponsoring this one
Right.
here soon. But that we've come this far, that this is how you really, you know, don't need a ginormous suit here in space. We can, because this is going toward the concept, right? Let's be honest. This is another step toward the belief of interstellar living, right? In the sense of, I mean, if we go back to the moon, it's hard to say. We're going to build a building on the moon at some point, I would imagine, right? I mean, that's
but
really
before
the plan.
you commercialize it, you know what has to happen?
You got to have Hunger Games?
You got to militarize it.
Oh, Space Force.
People playing games up there.
Dude, satellites and stuff in there, dude. Laser
Different
beams?
games.
Okay,
Drones.
do you care to go to space? Is that one of the things that you want to do?
I wish I could, but I have this deep, and I don't want to call it a fear because I don't want to give anybody any ideas. I don't like the idea of being in these small, tight compartments in a space with little to no oxygen.
Okay, let's say that the
limited oxygen for sure.
Limited oxygen.
That's on a best case scenario.
Yeah. No, there's a limit to the amount of oxygen. But let's say it was like a first class seat or like a private, like you're not in a very confined space. You're
Like
in
regular airplane.
regular airplane kind of seat.
How long's the flight?
We're gonna say it's not that long of a flight.
Yeah.
It's not that long of a flight. Let's say it's 45-minute flight.
Oh.
You can have a little cocktail, sit back.
I'd do it.
You would?
Yeah, I would do it.
Okay, would you
For
want
a 45-minute flight now?
45-minute flight. So you either go to space and you do that little spacewalk thing that with your arm. I don't know what's wrong with his arm. But you wear
leave that man's arm alone.
You wear the suit. You wear the track suit. You go to space like that, or you go walk on the moon. Which one are you picking?
I do either or.
Well, you gotta pick one.
Do I get to attach like a carabine clip to myself into the
you
railing?
Absolutely have to.
You have
to. Okay, yeah. I'd
You're
like to
gonna
walk
want
on the
to.
moon. If I'm gonna do it,
You're gonna do the moon?
I'd rather walk on the moon than just like float in space. Though I'd like taking good naps. Maybe that's a secret to good like a nap.
What if we all just
therapy.
slept up there?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm definitely bringing my trash with me if I go because I'm starting that trend. I got 4 bags for deposit. I can say.
Bill, which way are you going? You doing spacewalk or moonwalk?
I would do both.
That's
Wait
not
a
the
second,
game.
that's what I said too.
That's not the game.
I'll walk on the moon.
You're walking on the moon.
Yeah,
Would you hold hands with me on the moon?
Absolutely.
And do I play golf on the moon?
Oh, lefty golf on the
Doesn't
moon?
mean I'd be any better, but sure.
Be hitting drive bombs, baby. Drive bombs.
taking
No
forever to
gravity.
get
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit one back to Earth.
Okay.
You think Tiger could hit one back to Earth? Like if it caught like a gravitational pull kind of thing?
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
That's not how it works,
Mm-mm.
unfortunately. Well, I think it's cool we're going to space again. Why not? We're not doing anything else.
Yeah, y'all have fun on
We
the
ain't
moon. I'm
building
staying
nothing.
here.
Right?
Might as well do something.
I thought we were working on super talls.
Should have asked Brad Roche about mortgages for the moon.
Yeah, I
How
bought
do
a
we start
star
that?
about 10 years ago for Demi. You think that I can transfer ownership over to the moon instead of the star?
Tag and title.
Tax tag and title. Don't forget the tax.
Oh, well, I know there's no taxes on the moon, are there?
Soon
Not
enough.
yet.
Somebody's about to
It's
say
gonna
there's going to
be.
be a
Yeah,
taxing
we're coming for
entity
that.
at some point.
TM it real quick. TM. I get all the moon tax.
That's what it means, the moon.
We got like the little pump because we're watching Naked and Afraid, right,
Yeah.
at home, and they have like the little water pumps you can convert salt water to fresh water. I don't
Yeah.
know how we're able to do that on small scale compared to large. You think they got that for oxygen too, or lack of oxygen into oxygen?
Naked
No.
and afraid in space.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's gonna be cold.
What do you think happens when we try to plant a tree in the middle of this space? Because we're gonna have to try that stuff too. Because that's
Yeah.
how we get our oxygen is trees.
Some of those
If you-
aliens will be coming with HOAs. Can't plant that here.
Setting the rules.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
No
gotta
household
get that
pets.
signed off on. Yeah.
No chickens on the moon either.
Only poultry. That's
Nope,
it. It's
none.
reverse rule.
Oh, it's the other way.
Yeah.
No dogs.
Only
Only
no
chickens.
dogs.
I saw some chickens running free, and I tried to get a video on Ckezepis. Just chickens on Ckezepis.
My bad.
Chickens on Ckezepis.
Are those yours?
Sorry, I wasn't allowed to bring them home.
You're just letting them free-range Ckezepis chickens?
Roasted.
They belong to the
Hey, how about a
streets.
dog in space, though? What do you think the first dog in space will be? What's his name going to be?
There's already been a dog in space. Russian.
Dang.
We'll have more Good Morning LKN coming up on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Well, carrying on the rain gear on the way out the door this morning, but you might not need it that much. A mostly cloudy day, but the occasional shower from time to time is also possible. Just don't foresee it being that wet of a day. High temperatures in the mid and upper 70s. We'll fall back into the mid 60s, mostly cloudy overnight. Our Saturday, we'll keep some extra clouds around with a few peaks of sun here and there with an isolated shower possible, but also not that wet of a day. High temperatures in the upper 70s, near 80. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
This is Brad with Lake Norman Patio and Game Rooms in Mooresville. Come check us out and see the greatest outdoor furniture in the world. LKNpatio.com, 847 Brawley School Road in Mooresville. LKN Patio and Game Rooms, outdoor living at its finest.
Hello, everyone. This is Joshua Doby, president of North Main Financial Group. At North Main Financial Group, we move to where you need us. Investment management, insurance planning, and estate strategies. No two people are the same, so we customize our planning based upon your needs. Reach out to us at northmainfinancial.com. That's northmainfinancial.com.
Bob McIntosh here with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Serving this community has been a collective passion of our law firm since 1997. We offer the quality legal services and results you would expect from a large downtown firm, but with a personal, community-focused approach right here at home. The McIntosh Law Firm, your local legal resource.
To learn more about the McIntosh Law Firm, visit McIntoshLawFirm.com.
The Statesville Family YMCA reminds you that older adults and those with chronic health conditions don't need to feel they must accept impaired balance and limited mobility. Build strength, improve balance, and gain confidence in your mobility through the Moving for Better Balance program. For questions and additional information, email C. Mullins at ymcanwnc.org.
Drum Landscape Supply is the go-to spot for anything you need for your yard. Transform your landscaping. Drum Landscape Supply has trees, flowers, natural stone, custom blended grass seed, mulch, and more. Plus, they deliver. DrumLandscapeSupply.com.
New lunch specials now available at Mooresville's best Italian spot, Pomodoro's. Open Tuesday through Sunday and ready to serve you the best Italian this side of the motherland. View the mouth-watering menu at Pomodoros.com.
We're at Black Automotive. The Buick Encore GX is now at a low 0.9% for 36 months or a $3,000 rebate. Or the Buick Envista is also 0.9% for 36 months. And there's more here at Black Automotive Statesville.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Boeing has a machinists' strike on its hands after union members rejected a contract offer and voted to walk out. Hundreds of workers manned picket lines at the factory outside of Seattle, where Boeing makes its top seller, the 737 MAX. In the lead-up to the late-night decision, workers outside the plant voiced anger at the company's offer. Boeing has said its offer was the best it could put forward given its strained finances. American Airlines flight attendants have approved a new 5-year contract. It immediately boosts wages as much as 20% and increases pay and benefits by just over $4 billion overall. Bath & Body Works has the holiday hiring sign out. It's one of the first retailers to jump out front, saying it's looking for more than 30,000 new seasonal hires. Futures point to a higher open for Wall Street on this Friday. There were more gains yesterday for U.S. stocks. The broader market rose 0.75%. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
That morning pep talk for Lake Norman, Statesville, with Justin, Bill, and Mamie now on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, okay, and 8:34. Happy FriYAY to you. You know, this weekend's got a lot going on. Joe D. Messina coming to downtown Mooresville at Liberty Park. Last night was the last of the season for Langtree Live. Patrick Reynolds, host of the Home Ad Show, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11, whether you're buying, selling, or celebrating. 844-STUDIO-4. Patrick joins us right now. How was the last Langtree Live of the season?
Fantastic. Great. Loved it.
Your mic's muted right now still, sorry.
Unmuted
Yeah,
now?
now it's unmuted.
Now I hear myself.
Is that
There
how
we
it went
go.
last night? You didn't you had no microphone last night.
I had a big microphone.
Did
last
you?
night. Yes, and I used it responsibly.
That's good. That's good.
Who played last night?
Fortune 5 was the band. And
80s cover?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, they were a cover band. They did some great
Best
songs
jam.
last night.
Best
yeah.
jam. What you get?
Best. Oof. Like picking a favorite kid. You know, you can't do that.
You can pick a favorite song.
I can pick a favorite song. Yeah. I gotta think. I don't know.
Do you remember yourself singing to any of the songs last night?
Not to the
crowd.
pleasant.
No,
No.
to yourself, like
To myself.
shower style singing.
Shower style singing. No, I really wasn't. No, I wasn't singing along with anything. I was enjoying. I was nodding. Does
Okay.
that work? You know, like the nodding.
A little head bopping.
Yeah, a little head
that
bopping.
works. Yeah.
A little head bopping.
A little
yeah.
dancing.
A little dancing. Maybe
Shoulder,
chair dancing.
Little chair dancing. That's the way to go.
Yeah, a little shoulder bop. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it.
Last one of the season for Langtree. When does it kick back? Is it springtime it'll be back? Summertime it comes back? What's the cycle for Langtree Live?
Spring. Usually, roughly this year, we went with the first Thursday in May. I would anticipate first Thursday, 2025 May. It would be back. Run through the end of August again. Mother Nature barring. We stretch into September a little bit because of some rain. But we anticipate the same schedule. We actually did talk to some folks at Langtree last night. Thursday, July the 3rd, we would skip because July 3rd is the big scheduled fireworks celebration at Mooresville YMCA.
Oh.
They're not going to go up against them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, that's a tentative schedule for next year.
Interesting. And we're seeing that more and more with like the different venues and different locations, kind of creating these campaigns or these different things to do on particular days of the week.
Yes.
Like it's definitely seeming like, are you seeing that across
Yes.
the entire Lake Norman area?
Yeah, there's a lot of competition for Friday and Saturday nights around the Lake Norman. There's so much to do, which is great. But you do find that Saturday everybody's in an arm wrestle scrum for Saturday. So like, well, you got to put your flag in the ground on another date. And Langtree has done a great job with establishing Thursdays. You go to Langtree. That's their thing. So we have been cultivating with Waves Entertainment some other dates as well. We're trying to get like some Wednesdays going down in Rock Hill, South Carolina. We're down there. Ghostface Brewing in Mooresville has been churning with some Sundays, with like a Sunday fun night. Yeah. So we're working through a lot of that to try to get people not 10 things on Saturday and nothing to do any other day of the week. So yeah, let's cultivate that culture where that's one of the things I tell people about when I moved here. I'm a transplant like so many. Of course, I'm looking to two natives right here in the studio.
Kind of, sort of.
I'm one of those folks. I moved here from elsewhere, and a big complaint of where I was, geez, there's nothing to do. And you have the exact opposite, air quote, problem here, where there's so much to do on a random Saturday, 52 weeks a year. You have to choose and decide between different things to do, which I love.
Yeah,
I
it's
would
great.
much rather live in that kind of culture.
Me too.
Tonight in Statesville, right? Is it Friday?
Friday after 5. Yeah.
Tonight? That's tonight. Okay.
Yeah. So you've got a great weekend. Last night in Langtree. Tonight, Friday after 5 is in Statesville. Also, the Second Friday Street Festival is in Cornelius at the Oak Street Rail, right behind the Kane Center.
Both ends. You got something to do.
Yeah.
You got
There
something
you
to do. Tomorrow, you guys have been talking all morning long about the Joe D. Messina concert at Liberty Park. Also, Waves Entertainment is involved in Statesville at the American Renaissance School is having a big event tomorrow as a fundraiser. Wow. We've got a stage and a sound system set up tomorrow afternoon during the day. Kids in America will be playing. We've got about 5 musical artists coming through in Statesville right off of Broad Street. So there's a whole lot to do this weekend here.
Oh, yeah, plenty to do. One of the things you can do every day, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11, is hang out with Patrick Reynolds and Joe Berg, hosts of the Home Ad Show. Buying, selling, celebrating birthdays and anniversaries. That's what we do every single day. Giving away prizes every single day as well. Spinning that wheel today at 10:45.
Spinning that wheel today at 10:45.
How were the birthdays and anniversaries this week? Was there? I wonder. We should start tracking on the calendar. Let's see, because then we can go back. What I like to do, it's not so much the person's birthday; it's go back 10 months before and say what happened. What happened then?
You seem to have a lot of birthdays this month, though. Was it more birthdays or anniversaries?
More birthdays.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. We went through a streak of where all these anniversaries were
Well,
winning.
summertime is like wedding time, so you get a
Mhm.
lot of anniversaries in like
Yeah.
May and June for sure.
Yeah, my brain wasn't clicked in. Like, hey, let's look at the patterns. What's the calendar and all that? Justin is like, hey, what happened?
My brain's weird.
Yeah, I know. Well,
yeah, I know. You hear that? Real quick. Yeah, I know. I've noticed, Justin.
I'm embracing your weirdness and hiding my weirdness. That's okay.
It's okay. I'll be the weird shield.
Yeah,
for
you be
people.
the weird. Like, I'm sorry, I've lost my words, but yeah.
I remember when
You're the standard, and then everybody else just falls below it.
Somebody's got to do the
I
homework
like it.
around
I like
here.
it.
That's it.
Weirdo.
That's it. So for this weekend, anything else going on that people need to know about from Waves Entertainment or any other event that you've heard of?
Which one are you going to be at?
Yeah, that's
what
what I'm
of
confused
all the
at.
events
Yeah.
happening, which one will you?
Do you want? Let me. This could be a good story. How much time we have? Yes, I got some time here.
There's a white perch on the screen too, in case
Yes,
you're wondering what that
is
was.
that the fish of the week?
That was fish of the week.
Fish of the week. There we go.
Yes.
I like it. I like it.
Okay, that's your social media post for this week.
I like it.
Goodness, we after home ad today, heading over to the Oak Street Mill in Cornelius, or either that or the warehouse for Waves. I'm setting for setup. We're grabbing a stage, sound system, LED walls. We're bringing it down there. We're building it this afternoon. Right now, while I'm on air at home ad, I think a couple of guys are actually heading to Statesville to get that stage dropped off and start to build that. Once Second Friday is set up, we'll have some people break off, go back to Statesville, to the American Renaissance School, and continue assembling and building that operation. Following said Second Friday Street Festival around 9 o'clock tonight, we will collapse that, which takes a few hours. Then we are taking our stage at that moment to Albemarle, and we're setting that up for an event tomorrow in Albemarle. And tomorrow morning, a group of us are going back to Statesville to work the American Renaissance School.
So an all-nighter, it sounds like
yes,
right now.
yes,
weekender.
I don't believe we're sleeping this evening.
Yeah.
And
Till
then
Sunday?
Sunday, we actually have to go around and collect everything that's dropped off.
No sleep. No sleep till Monday.
Stages, and I can't. I got home ad on Monday morning.
Never mind.
So sleep during the Panthers game. Is that
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. The NASCAR nap. I don't know.
Oh, I love a NASCAR nap.
So much to do around the community every day. We'll talk with Joe Berg, WSIC sports director. He did come in the door here. We did the old switcheroo and brought you in first here. NASCAR this weekend, though. Let's get your take on it. Playoff season. You have a history in NASCAR. You were tire changer extraordinaire, gas man, lift man, jack man. Which one were you? You're a tire guy, right?
I was a tire specialist, but I also changed tires, and I was a tire carrier.
Tire specialist, do you like inspect the thread and say, yeah, this one's good, take this one? Is that like what a tire specialist does?
No, I'm hoping they do that at the factory with Goodyear, where they do that.
Wait, I need a penny. Who's got the penny? Because that's what you do, right? You put in if you see Lincoln's head, then it's
That's how you know?
the
We actually
tread's gone,
we
right?
actually have a tool for that. There's actually wear marks built into. There's no tread on them. They're slicks, but there's wear marks that are little divots built into the surface of the tire, and you check the wear on them. So you do have a little pin, and it measures, like a little needle on a spring. You measure how much the wear is on them. Temperatures across inner, outer, and middle of the tire, and pressures for the inner liners and the tire itself. Those all help the crew chief determine what to do with the car and what the driver needs to do with the car. These are, I always said, for all you do with this car, it touches the racetrack on only 4 spots. Those 4 tires. You needed a tire specialist to track all that, and I did that for a lot of years.
The penny checking will be a funny bit. Who's winning the race this weekend? What do you think?
Who's winning the race this weekend? I will take. I'll go out on a limb and take Brad Keselowski. Yeah, I'll go out on a limb. Yeah. Road course, we've got a brand new tire compound for Watkins Glen. I'm excited about it. 3-second fall off on the tires, which is it's an eternity. That's an eternity as far as racing. When we talk in tenths of a second.
Watkins Glen, I saw a video on my timeline. I think it was about somewhere between 12, 15 years ago. Jimmy Johnson slamming into the wall and this whole thing, but he gets out and gets up like on his hood and is like, I'm okay.
Yeah,
is Watkins Glen typically like a exciting course or exciting track? Would you say?
Very. It's a road course. It's a high speed road course. In other words, the turns are sweeping, whereas some other road courses you really got to use a lot of brake, almost stop the car, turn around, and go the other direction. Watkins Glen, you carry a lot of speed around that place. Go through the corners very fast. That video of Jimmy Johnson, I want to say that's almost 25 years old. He had a brake failure and came down the front stretch. He had no brakes.
Slammed into the wall.
Yeah. Fortunately, it's styrofoam blocks, but you're pushing 175, 180 miles an hour down that front stretch. And he had a brake failure. And this was in the NASCAR Busch Series, now known as the Xfinity Series. And that pedal went to the floor. He was just a passenger, and he hit that wall hard. Great, he was okay.
All right, Patrick Reynolds got a little sports act. Just a little tease in the sports, man, because up next we're going to have more sports.
More sports.
Can't wait.
Sports, WSIC Sports.
That's right, WSIC Sports Director. So Patrick's going with Ckezepis this weekend, and so we'll see if Joe agrees. Yeah, absolutely. Agathological.
Agatha Christie.
Justin, Bill, and Mamie will be right back with more Good Morning LKN on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, carry along the rain gear on the way out the door this morning, but you might not need it that much. A mostly cloudy day, but the occasional shower from time to time is also possible. Just don't foresee it being that wet of a day. High temperatures in the mid and upper 70s. We'll fall back into the mid 60s, mostly cloudy overnight. Our Saturday, we'll keep some extra clouds around with a few peaks of sun here and there with an isolated shower possible, but also not that wet of a day. High temperatures in the upper 70s, near 80. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Langtree Live in Mooresville presents Fortune 5 in concert on Thursday, September 12th. Fortune 5 won the Battle of the Bands this past spring and now makes their debut on the Langtree stage. Event time is 6:30 p.m. with music powered by Waves Entertainment starting at 7. Grab your friends, family, and lawn chairs. Enjoy the shopping and dining options while at Langtree. Don't miss the music of Fortune 5 this Thursday at Langtree Live. This Friday is the next edition of the Piedmont Healthcare Friday After 5 concert series. Downtown Statesville offers free entertainment to residents, neighbors, and visitors. This week's concert features the Camel City Yacht Club, 5 musicians devoted to bringing the finest smooth rock of the 70s and 80s to you. Friday After 5 is held in downtown Statesville on West Broad Street in front of Mitchell Community College from 6 p.m. to 8:30. Beer, wine, soft drinks, and food will be available for purchase beginning at 5 p.m. Bring your chairs and enjoy a night of music this Friday in downtown Statesville. The WSIC gang is back at Micaiah's in Mooresville for Trivia Night Tuesday, September 17th. Grab your squad, form your team, or come play solo. And join WSIC on-air personalities as we gather for a fun game of trivia. We'll see you September 17th at Micaiah's in Mooresville. The NHRA returns to ZMAX Dragway September 20th through the 22nd for the Carolina Nationals. When the temperature cools down, the excitement heats up at the Bellagio of drag strips. Every ticket is a pit pass, giving fans unmatched access to the drivers and crews who power the NHRA's thunderous 11,000 horsepower machines to their limits. Visit CharlotteMotorspeedway.com for information, tickets, and details. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
Want to talk with Justin, Bill, or Mamie? Give them a call now at 844-STUDIO-4. It's Good Morning LKN on WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 8:48. Happy FriYAY to you. What an agathological day.
Nailed it. Is? No, it's not. It's just a good day.
Oh, just good.
What's evil about this
Well,
day?
I just say that I guess good.
It's an Agatha day.
Yeah.
Not a kalakalakalaka.
Okay, there we go.
Just the first half of the word.
WSIC Sports Director Joe Berg joins us now in the studio. Joe, we got to start with obviously the top story for the week, what everyone is wondering about. Will Panthers fans be crying this week?
I'm crying now. Does that count?
Yeah, they will be.
You think so?
I think it's going to be a rough game.
You think like brutally like onslaught?
No, not brutal. Nowhere near as bad as week 1. I hope.
You think?
I hope not.
Okay.
I hope they got it out of their system. But Chargers coming to town. That's a good football team. Probably going to make the postseason. New head coach this year. They have Harbaugh, came from Michigan.
Oh, that's me crying.
Oh, okay. I was
like,
what's
happening?
in my ear?
It's me crying.
It's going to be a tough one to win. They got a really good quarterback over there, good running game. in my preseason prediction for the Panthers, I had them losing this game and starting 0-2. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happens.
Did you have them originally beating the Saints, or no? You
No,
called them losing?
I said they're going to lose those first 2 games of the year. They just weren't ready. They didn't play all preseason. The team didn't deserve to not play all preseason. They had to figure it out. And you could tell week 1, everything was out of whack.
I think the part that broke my heart the most was when the quarterback got tackled by his own player.
Yeah.
That one hurt.
They have the rule that the players have to speak to the media or whatever. Shouldn't we have a rule that they have to play in preseason? Like, shouldn't that be a rule now at this point?
I wish. That's the coach's decision, though. I understand why they do it. They want to round out the roster. They want to get some of the other guys who are, because when you start the preseason, you have 85 guys on your roster. By the end, you have to cut it down to 53.
Yeah.
So you have to put them out there to say, okay, is this guy going to make the team? Is he not going to make the team? I just wish they would have used a drive, a quarter, every preseason game to put the starters in there to go out there and get game action and learn how to play with each other under a new system. And there was a report after the second preseason game that the team still wasn't fully grasping the system. That's a problem. When you're 2 preseason games into the season and you still have a team that isn't fully understanding what you're trying to do, get them out there and let them figure it out.
I have an Agatha cogological solution.
Okay.
And I think we spoke a little bit about it yesterday, Joe Berg. Why don't we just make those 3 preseason games regular season games, and each team is allowed to drop 3 non-conference games?
That's not a bad idea.
Ooh, I like that.
So it's all regular season. You can drop any 3, assuming you would drop losses. That way it all kind of balances out.
Wow.
It's not a bad idea.
Could be practice, could be for real, for real.
Either way.
I like
it.
Bill, would you mind pulling up a picture of the coach just so I could see too? I do want to practice an exercise real quick, if you can find one, just to pull it up at some point if you have a chance.
Coach C?
Yeah.
All right.
If you can pull one up. Okay, we'll come back to Panthers real quick. NASCAR Cup Series, we're in playoffs. How's the race looking for this weekend at Watkins Glen?
It's going to be exciting. It is. So you have a brand new tire compound coming up this weekend, which is supposed to give us 3 seconds of fall off time. So by the time you get the fresh tires on and you run a lap to the end of the run where you need to go to the pits again, you're going to be 3 seconds slower than when you started the run, which is a lot of time on a racetrack. A lot of stuff on a racetrack is measured in tenths of a second. 3 full seconds on a racetrack is
a long time.
a lot. Yeah. So you're going to see strategy be a thing. You're going to see drivers try to maybe save a set of tires, and maybe a caution comes out late in the race or late in the stage. And some people say, you know what, let's go put fresh tires on and see what we can do. I'm excited. I think it's going to make the race a lot more in the driver's hand versus just go out there and run every lap as hard as you can, which is what we kind of had at Watkins Glen over the past few years. And we have some drivers who might show up who normally don't show up at a road course because of this. Shane Van Gisbergen's going to be racing at the Glen. Now, although he doesn't have the best equipment under him, with the new tire and the new way of how they're going to have to drive the track, I wouldn't be surprised to see him up there. I think Denny Hamlin's probably going to have a good race. He usually races well at Watkins Glen. I expect Larson to be up there. So a lot of your normal contenders as well. But don't count out the fact that somebody unexpected could figure out this new tire and put together a good run. They did tire test at the Glen late in June. Little bit different conditions, obviously, with the weather. It's going to be a little hotter then versus now. But the 3 drivers that did the tire test were all in the playoffs currently. I don't know if that's going to mean anything now that they already have laps on the track on that new tire, but just something to keep an eye on as we head to Sunday.
Patrick Reynolds chose Ckezepis to win the race this weekend. What do you think about that? How do you feel about that?
That's not a bad pick.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if I had to
Never heard of that person.
Ckezepis?
Yes, never heard of him.
Keselowski.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad Brad.
He's a new driver? He's
No,
been
no, no,
around
no.
for a while.
He's been around for a
First time
while.
I've ever heard that name
Really?
mentioned in this room. Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm surprised.
He's a
Yeah.
Cup champion.
Heard other names that sound familiar.
Bill, you want to tell her or you want me to?
Tell her what?
Ckezepis.
Keselowski?
Yeah.
What about him?
Well, she hadn't heard Ckezepis before.
Never heard of him.
I'm off here, man. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
All right. No,
I
it's
got your
okay.
picture.
Okay, you got my picture. Okay, let's go back to that. Okay, so here's Coach C for the Carolina Panthers.
Okay.
Now go to
Kinda
bullpen,
blurry.
Bill. Now go to bullpen. Okay, now go back.
No.
Now
dude.
go back.
No.
Now go
I
back.
don't know if I'm seeing it.
Oh, they twins.
Kind of similar there,
No.
right?
I don't know if I
not
see
at
it.
all.
You
I
are
don't
sweet.
see it.
No.
You are sweet. I'll take it.
You put the short hair back in play, Bill.
I might go get the short hair today.
I'm
I
saying
need a
if you
haircut.
put it
Oh,
back in
really?
play.
Yeah, I'm no Berg, so.
Oh, Bill.
Since
Okay,
I'm
so
growing it
here's
out.
the idea. All right, you get your haircut like his.
Okay.
You get your shirt like that. We'll just slide you in.
That's what I'm saying.
You start calling plays. Is that the way
That's
to
what
fix
I was.
it?
That's
Let's
what I
do
was.
it.
That idea?
Let's
That's
do
what
it.
I'm coming
Yeah,
back to.
I'll call the
we
plays.
we
Right.
know how to fix the problem.
Hey, it
right
can't
now.
be any worse.
All right,
You know,
now,
that's
now
the
Bill,
thing.
go ahead, take your shirt off.
That's what you know. It's not the coach, and Bill's walking around with his shirt off, yelling at him.
Coach C would never have that gumption. He would never have that wherewithal on the field to recognize his players. You remember that commercial with Cam, where the yogurt commercial? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? Just lifted up the shirt. That's what you
Nice.
got to do. Walk around the
Yeah.
field like that. How about locally? High school football.
Football
Friday night. This is a big night in the high school world right
It
now.
is, and we actually have a pretty big game. I think it's a pretty big game. Statesville High School, they have not lost yet. They're 3-0. They're playing North Lincoln, who is also 3-0. So a battle of some undefeated teams early in the season here. We actually are getting into conference games now and conference play. So this first game, this game for Statesville is going to be their first conference game against North Lincoln. So this is when it really is going to start to matter. You want to win your conference. You want to get a good playoff bid. Those non-conference games at the beginning of the season are important for the regular season record, but those conference games, if you can win your conference, good chance you're going to the playoffs.
Now you've got, Iredell, you've got Lincoln and that kind of face on.
Yes.
Is that been a thing for a while for them as far as, is there any rivalry to it, or has it been friendly most of the time and now maybe we're developing a new kind of rivalry?
I don't know if I would say that Lincoln and Iredell have a rivalry per se. They're just kind of grouped together in the same conference right now. I think the rivalries come with Mooresville and Lake Norman. All of the directional Iredell schools. You got to throw Statesville in there as well because they're right in the mix with South Iredell and West Iredell. They're not far away from each other. And then you have the Lincoln schools, North Lincoln, South West Lincoln. All those schools are definitely going to be rival games right there because they're directional schools in the same spot. So
I caught a couple of innings of baseball last night.
Did you?
The Yankees and
Baseball still
the
happening?
Red Sox. We're about to be in
baseball
playoffs.
is happening until basically
It
early
is
November.
Did they have the longest season of
Yes.
all the professional sports?
NASCAR.
Oh,
NASCAR starts in
NASCAR.
February, ends in November.
okay.
So they only have 2 months off. But if you're talking ball and stick sports, yes, it's baseball, 100%.
When does their season start? Baseball.
Baseball usually
March?
late March, early April
And it
is
goes
when
until October, November.
October Classic is the playoffs, and then it's been going into November recently.
Wow.
You got a winner for baseball? Who do you think? Who you got right now at this point?
It's such a weird year this year. Everybody's kind of mired in mediocrity. Nobody's going to win 100 games this year. The top of the league is separated by like 5 games. The top 5-10 teams, they're all right on top of each other. I think the talent is going to show in the playoffs for the Dodgers. I hope it is. Now, they haven't had a record-breaking regular season like a lot of people thought with the team that they put together.
Sure.
But
$780 million contract, right, or something like that? That would usually
Wow.
imply a pretty good season.
Yeah.
Well, Shohei Ohtani is having a really good season.
They need $700 million. I'll hit one. I'll do something.
You're going to hit by the end of the year.
I'll do all right.
Yeah.
If I got from March till November, I'll do okay.
I think
I'll
that'd be
put
a
some
good
effort in for
experiment is
sure.
to throw Mamie into games,
Pay me that much money.
start
I'll
to
work
finish.
hard.
Can you get a hit?
Who you got for MVP right now? If Shohei gets the 50-50?
He is winning the National League MVP no
Okay.
matter what.
Excellent.
He's gonna win?
He's going to win it. He has had even if he doesn't get to 50-50.
As a designated hitter.
Yeah.
Right? Which
Yeah.
is pretty awesome.
It is pretty
Well,
awesome.
it's a pretty sweet gig.
Yeah.
I
And-
think the 3 best jobs in sports, and we probably need a Mount Rushmore poll on this.
Probably.
I would say DH.
Okay.
Designated
What is
hitter.
that? Yeah, I don't-
Designated
okay.
Designated hitter, backup quarterback,
Okay.
and
Strong.
defensive end.
Okay.
Rushing.
You ever
Just
heard of
go
the
get the
E-Bug?
The E-Bug? No, I have not.
The emergency backup goalie?
Yes, I have. They sit in the stands ready
Yes,
to go for
they're
both.
just ready
Yes,
in case
that's
there's
great.
a few
Yes.
injuries.
Well, I'll take that job.
Yeah, the emergency backup goalie is
Yes.
definitely my favorite position
Although
in sports.
hockey,
It's cold in there.
It's cold. Yeah,
It's cold in there. That would be my one issue. Can I wear a sweater?
Oh yeah, you can.
Okay.
In a word, cold. It is very cold in here.
Joe Berg, WSIC sports director, host of The Scoreboard, Monday through Friday, 5 to 6 p.m. Weekend pack full of sports. So check out the show and get the inside scoop on what's going on. Keep track of everything, including the local scene and what's going on there with the high school sports. Hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy one of the many events if you're
Check
going
it out,
to something.
Justin.
Yeah.
Check it. You see the screen?
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
You see what?
Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah, I'm checking out on the WSIC News app, available on iOS and Google Play. Love you, my kid.
Serving you better than ever before. 105.9, 100.7. WSIC, Statesville, Mooresville, North Charlotte.